What's good, YouTube? Your boy Bosco back again with another live stream. Starting a little earlier than I planned to. I'm just chilling out here. I figured why not start the live stream already. What's good with you guys? Hopefully everybody's doing well, enjoying your weekend. A lot of people won't be doing too much tomorrow because of the holiday. So I figured why not go live? I've been busy the last few days just taking care of stuff, getting things together, and had some time settled in with some stuff and wanted to go ahead and go live. I saw this online right before I came live. Sneaker Bar Detroit posted this about Nike shuffling execs. Um, they're trying to fix what's going on. They noticed that a lot of things have been sitting lately. There's a whole article. You guys can go to Sneaker Bar Detroit. They have it linked there, but it's also in the post. Um, Crazy to see that they're realizing it. This thing might be too small. You know, the fact that they're realizing the fact that they have what is it over converted so many Jordans and Air Maxes have been sitting in the stores. They need something new. I don't know what new they can come with. They need to figure out and find more ways to be creative to make up a new shoe. I feel like there's too many shoes in the arsenal already to make up something new. Just make the things that we like better. Maybe that would work. I mean, they do make 50 million colorways in Air Max 95s and 97s and ones and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Um, Kind of crazy to see. I mean, it's normal, so they got to adjust. But what took them so long? This has been going on for a long time. They've been dropping Jordan ones and 50 million colorways for forever, and because so many more retros are sitting, as it says here, you know, now they want to figure it out. But I mean, with Jordan Dunks and Blazers. That's was their main three popping shoes: Jordans, Dunks, and Blazers. Interesting to see how this unfolds. Um, yeah, Sneaker Bar Detroit reported it. I'm sure it's pretty legitimate news. And I don't know. I mean, it's something that we've noticed though going out to the stores, going out to so many of these different stores and seeing the same shoes sit there, and they're more retros than ever at this point now. I mean, they already have a lot of Jordans like the Dub Zeros and the Six Rings and all them two trays and all them other shoes are just sitting there. But now you have retro sitting there too. That's a whole nother ball game. Then you have dunks sitting there. You can go to a lot of stores and see dunk highs and dunk lows available on shelves at places. It's not like some foreign thing now. You can even find them at the outlets. Certain ones, not everyone, but certain ones. I mean, you go to outlets early enough and often enough, you definitely find some of them hyper dunks too, like the hype dunks, not by hyper dunks. Shout out to hyper dunks. I haven't seen a hyper dunk in a long time. Haven't seen any hyperdunks in a long time. I feel like the Zoom GT cuts and that whole thing is taking over the hyperdunk lane. I think that's what they're trying to do with that shoe. But yeah, you can find some hype dunks every now and then if you go to the right outlet early enough, And with them now putting a deadline like on example with the Kyries, that's how I was able to find them for $25 at the outlet. By them having to get rid of them, it only makes sense that they're going to go to the other stores that we go to on the Bobby Thrift channel. I mean, they've already been flooded at Ross like crazy. A lot of Kyries have definitely been there. Will we start seeing some of the older silhouettes though? I'm hoping that they can start putting like Kyrie sevens in rotation at these Rosses and stuff like that. Maybe even go as far back as the Kyrie four. Like every Nike they got in stock, every Kyrie, just send it to the places out here in LA, man, so we can scoop those up. But yeah, what is it? After 2 years of heavy retro buying and consumers have filled their closets with Jordan retros, Dunks, and Blazers. Now they don't need another pair. That's what they're saying because they make them shoes the most because that's what they have at the store. We see plenty of colorways of Blazer highs and lows. You see plenty of colorways of Dunk highs, mids now, and lows. And then Jordan. I just spoke on that. So that's something that I just saw before I started the stream. I didn't have that in the title because I wasn't really expecting to see that. But you guys can check it out on Sneaker Bar Detroit for more detail. I'm sure there's more even detail in the actual article. Um, but yeah, Nike's realizing finally, damn, what took them so long though? They like they didn't notice the numbers, like what they felt like the numbers were gonna pick up or something. I mean, it's been a minute since the retros have been sitting in the stores. It's been going on for a while. You know, I don't know. I guess I don't know. I don't know. I guess it takes longer to figure out stuff. We'll see what happens with that next. You know, shout out to everybody here in the stream. I appreciate you guys coming through for however long you do. We're here on Sunday night. Gonna go over a few things, that what did I have in the title? Kyrie's for $25. Yeah, so if you guys saw my video I posted today, you guys saw that there. I went out to the clearance store. Let's see how that day started. So I was going around doing some retail arbitrage at a few like Rosses, and I went to one of the Rosses that I go to, and I ran into this guy who does like some reselling. I see him at the outlets every now and then, and he told me, he's like, "Yeah, man, have you heard about the clearance store?" I'm like, "No, what's going on?" He's like, "Yeah, like they changed the prices. Nothing's like under the $100 and stuff. It's like the things that were $99 are like $160, and the things that are like $49 and $59 are like $89 and $99 now." He's like, Jordan retros are just sitting there on the shelves. Like, yeah, you should go up there and check it out. Like, it's just crazy. Jordan retros just sitting there on the shelf because nobody wants to pay that price. And I'm like, damn, that's crazy. Yeah. It's cool to hear some shit like that, but it's like, damn, really? It's like that? Okay, so I continue with my day. I finished at that store. If you guys check out Bobby Thrift, if you guys are watching from that channel, I already put that video out when I ended up talking to the guy. But then like maybe like an hour later, Cool hit me up on my phone too, Cool Kicks, and he told me the same thing. He's like, yeah, man, things have changed. A lot of changes at the retros and everything, and Kyrie's $25. It's like, wait, what? That dude didn't tell me about Kyrie's being $25. Cool did. But he told me, the other guy told me about the retros and everything there. So I was like, I gotta go check it out, at least for content. Like when the first guy told me, I'm like, I at least gotta go check it out. I'm like, maybe I'll go later today or tomorrow. But then Cool hit me up and told me about the $25 Kyrie's. I'm like, well, let me get there in case, you gotta get the content in case somebody comes through and scoops them up first. So went down there, and it was crazy. It was like both of them said. It was a lot of things available, as you guys saw in that video. A lot of things available, and it just kept coming out. A lot of things just kept coming out. They kept filling up the shelves. There were things there that I missed. Like while I was there, somebody came up on the Cool Gray 6s. Somebody came up on the Jordan 3 Wizards. Like all these recent shoes was there, but I definitely was able to go and scoop up 2 pair of these. I feel like I've done this, but maybe that was just in my video. But the Kyrie Infinity, pretty dope colorway. The navy blue and white one, I had scooped up 2 pair of these. One's already gone, and this one here listed. It's also on my website, BOSSCO.com. This is a size 14. So if you were 14 or something like that, this is definitely a good hooping shoe. Crazy to see that they had them there, though, man. Like I said, hopefully, they'll start pushing out some of them older silhouettes. We can come up on some Kyrie 6s, some Kyrie 7s. Like, I know there's someplace somewhere that got them. I don't think every single Kyrie 6 and 7 has sold out. I'm pretty sure Nike got them somewhere. So if they're going to bulk sell them somewhere, I hope some of them pairs make it over to the West Coast so we can find some of them, man. You know what I mean? Bang and Nay World, though, what's good with you? Welcome to the stream. Gabe, what's going on with you? Welcome to the stream. How you doing? I had half of the finals right. I had half of it right. I said the Lakers and the Celtics were going to come back from 0-3 and meet in the finals for Battle of 18. But apparently the Lakers didn't hold up their end, and Boston's going to win Game 7, bro. They're going to be the first team to come back from an 0-3 situation. And now we're about to hear that Jason Tatum is one of the greatest ever because he's a star on the team to come back from an 0-4 deficit. I think that's going to happen. It's unbelievable. Once a player guarantees a win, they usually lose in the playoffs. Tracy McGrady did it, and somebody else did it who I can't remember off the top of my head. T-Mac. Oh, that's what I said the first time. Tracy McGrady did it when they played against Detroit. He said, we're going to win because it was up 3-1 or 2-1. No, because it was best of 5, so it could have been 3-1. Or maybe it was best of 7 and it was up 3-1. And he guaranteed they were going to win a series and they lost. Somebody else did it too hard. I can't remember at the moment, but I believe somebody else did some guaranteeing in the playoffs and they lost too. I mean, I'm sure it's happened more than once, but there was like some significant one like this stood out. besides like, this one here. Crazy to see, bro. Yeah, nah, Gabe, I feel you on that, man. I don't want them to win. I mean, I see Boston winning now. We're in the Bill Russell season. Bill Russell season. Why not? Celtics there. Why not? Why not? I was just hoping that both teams would come back from an 0-3. Now they're about to have Jason Tatum do this. They're about to put him up there like he's one of those guys already, and he's a rising star. He's not the, I don't know, he's the star for that team, but I don't know, man. And then there's so many trade rumors going on. So if they come back from an 0-3 deficit and win the series and win the championship, how do you leave that team? Because there's so many rumors about Jaylen Brown out the door. Jaylen Brown out the door. Jaylen Brown mainly to the Rockets is the biggest talk, and he's linking up with Harden. But then there's another report that came out today involving Houston. There's so many rumors going on. That's one thing about the off season, or for all season for people, who's in the off season. It's a good thing. The rumors are always fun to watch and see what happens and guess what's going to happen next. The latest rumor that I just saw. Let me go to this. Now the Rockets are looking forward to trying to get, Pascal Siakam to team up with James Harden in Houston. And then there was another article over here that says the Rockets are using their pick to get a star. So is their pick for James Harden in the sign and trade, or is their pick for Pascal Siakam? Now, no disrespect to Pascal, because he's definitely improved and he's now all-star. And I've seen him train in the offseason at UCLA. So does James Harden. So they do have a little chemistry. They play together sometime, usually against each other, because Pascal usually plays with the Raptors. Like the Raptors come out and play. Like almost the whole team is at UCLA the whole summer getting the runs in. But so Pascal and James, there's something to that as far as them knowing how to play with each other, even though they haven't done it in the league, but they definitely know how each other's game by how they work out together in the off season. But yeah, Pascal Siakam and James Harden. I don't know if I like that matchup more than James Harden and Jaylen Brown, but I'm not even really sold on Jaylen Brown. So I don't know. Houston's just going to be a team to be cool for the regular season. I don't think they'll amount to too much after that, And then, of course, the rumor mill is just going like crazy. And once teams lose, I even heard the wildest rumor ever. Hold up. I heard the wildest rumor ever in basketball world, and I'm telling you this now. If this happens, I probably won't watch basketball next season at all. At all. Maybe Kyrie games and James Harden games, maybe. But if this happens, I couldn't watch basketball no more, especially from this player. Even though it's somebody who I rock with, you know what I mean. But he did it one time. If he did it again, I couldn't stand for it. There's some type of rumor and some type of report going on that LeBron James to the damn Warriors. I'm like, if that happened, I'm stopping watching the NBA. I don't care if he wins another ring and goes. I would not watch that at all. And they're gonna make up so many millions of scenarios because they just need people to talk about the NBA while the NBA is in the off season. But if he ever went to the dead, that would just not work for me, bro. And that's a fact. That is a factoid. That is facts plus tax for a very long time, man. A very long time of dominance and being the mainstay. That's crazy. That's hard to do. Eras is very a true thing. Yeah, that thing right there is crazy when it comes to the Jordan and LeBron comparison. There's not much you can really do. It's things you can do with things you can't. It's really about the argument. And the best argument for it is that it's different generations. And that's something that even Jordan said himself, which I think is the way LeBron should respond to it, and the way probably is the best way to look at it. Because even when they asked Jordan and they asked him about the guys before him, he always says the different eras. I wish I would have loved to be able to play with them in that era, but where he said that out of his own mouth, and he's argued as the best one, and he feels that way. But when they asked him about that type of stuff, his response was, it's not fair because different generations. So that's a real thing right there. different generations play and doing different things, and you would expect the next generation to be better or and improve on the previous. That's what my argument is when I say about who did Jordan play against and who did LeBron play against. Now, Jordan played against all the icons we feel like are the icons, everybody on the dream team, right? But all those guys were one player on the other team, and he was who he was, and he was obviously his team, and him was better than everybody else because he's the best player. So it's a little it's dare I say it's not as hard to dominate because there's one guy on each team that you have to play against that can hold to the caliber of something, but the rest of the team is nowhere close. But then now, generations later, where you have 2 to 3 to 4 players, or at least 2 or 3 players who can go light it up like crazy, it makes it much different, Uh, you know, you know, like could Jordan's team? They always do that because it's different. It goes back to the different eras again, though. But could Jordan beat a team like a Golden State? What I mean by that is like him being himself with his team, one of his championship teams against the peak Golden State Warriors when they had 3 or 4 players you had to worry about. When every team they played against and beat, it was one, maybe 2 guys, Barkley and Kevin Johnson, Seattle, Gary Payton and Sean Kemp, but kind of fake, kind of, yeah, but no. They had a cool team, but Gary Payton, Sean Kemp, and it wasn't like we had a team that had like 3 or 4 players who would just light it up and go for 50, 60. Each one of these options. You guys couldn't home in on the team like that. So those are just arguments that could be made because obviously when you get, as time goes, things get better. That's just facts. So that means talent gets better, the game gets different, all of those things matter. But it isn't just it's best just to say generational. It's a generational thing. He's the best of his generation. George's the best of his generation. People won't say that though. It's about who's the best of all time. And LeBron, Jordan, it's hard for me not to say Jordan. Shit. I feel like no Jordan, there's nobody else after that. If he doesn't do what he did, there's none of these people after following. So you have to give it up to creme de la creme, you know what I'm saying? That's what I would say. I don't know how I got there, but yeah, because it was about LeBron to the Warriors, which it would be terrible if that actually happened, in my personal opinion. But this is the latest rumor. Joel Embiid to the Warriors. Everybody want to get the Warriors to the Warriors. Everybody want somebody to go to the Warriors. Joel Embiid to the Warriors is another rumor that just kind of was put out there in the last couple of days for Wiggins, Poole, Kuminga, and 2 picks. Philly's up in the air right now. Even though Joel has got the MVP, not too many times does somebody get an MVP and trade the next season, but I think it has happened before. LeBron and was it Kareem or who was it? Somebody else that was traded after being an MVP or traded teams or some shit like that. I could be. I think so. But I think so. Of course, I'll be corrected if I'm wrong. But yeah, that's the next rumor. I don't know how that works. I don't know if I even like that. Joel to the nah, bro. Like what for what? Who? But like I said, it's rumor mill. The draft hasn't happened yet. They're gonna stir up, potential draft day trades and stuff. Who knows what's gonna actually stick? Everything's probably just gonna be, it's up in the air. I hate when they really pump things up and then nothing happens draft night. Last couple of seasons, I think it was a little active during draft night. So, maybe it'll stay in line with that this year too. I mean, who knows? But those are the 3 things that I heard today about the rumors: was Pascal to Houston, Joel Embiid to Golden State, or then them Rockets mentioning that they're going to release their pick for a star. I'm like, who is that star? Would they do that for Pascal Siakam? That's not a good move. I don't think so. But maybe there's nobody. Maybe they feel like there's nobody at 4 worth it. Everybody wants Wemby and Scoop. So maybe there's nobody worth it at 4. And that's crazy that we can get to, well, I guess that's not what it fully means, but it kind of does if you're just willing to trade. Because you want to win now, but you're not going to win now. You need more than 1 star in the West. So it's like y'all feel like y'all tired of doing the future thing. Y'all want to try to win now and pair somebody up with Harden. So that, to me, that rumor, it's a rumor again. Don't know if it's for sure, but that rumor kind of, almost makes it for sure that James is coming there as like a free agent. Because if they're going to use that pick to get somebody else, is that pick Jaylen Brown? I mean, I don't know, man. I don't Jaylen Brown and him. I don't know. I don't think that's a winning formula, man. But I mean, you got to make some moves, and it does make them a team to be reckoned with, especially if they can put some good pieces around. It's not going to be like they're going to be trash. I'm not saying that, but they're not going to win a ring. It's just going to look good on paper, and I mean, because who will they have around the team? Still so early to even know what could happen, but yeah, that was something that I heard and seen. I thought that was pretty interesting to see. Shout out to everybody here watching on YouTube, whichever channel you're checking it out. We did go by a few things, and I did upload on both my channels, BOSSCO Mitchell and Bobby Thrift. Some of the things that we came across in my recent finds at Ross, you can find those on my website, link in the description also. Yeah, another thing, when I went to the outlet that day when I found those Kyries, I think you guys might have seen the video though, came across the Jason Tatum barbershop colorway. I think this was definitely a dope one, size 12. This is also up on the website too. DS pair, there's just no box top. You know how it goes in the outlets. The outlets are definitely on fire right now, especially after the last thing I just seen. And Ross has been on point too, basically, from what I've been showing you guys there too. It's whether you're doing retail arbitrage or you're consuming yourself for personal, like, it's a good time to go to those spots now because you can find some good stuff for the low. You really can. You really can. You'll be surprised at some of the stuff you're finding. LeBron 20s and other colorways have been popping up too. I don't have any images of that, but that's what I've been told has been happening lately. So, like, just different shoes, and quickly too, to turn around as far as like shoes that are in store. Now, this is what's in. Okay, let me go to the discount stores. I've only posted a few things in here that I came across. This was my outlet trip. If you guys watched BOSSCO Mitchell, then you saw this content. If you didn't, and you're just from Bobby Thrift or BOSSCO 2.0, this is what I was showing in the video. Some of the things I came across. Nothing. I mean, there were a few things that was just surprising to see because I just didn't know. Here we go. Well, first of all, at Ross, out there in Santa Clarita, they had some pretty good stuff there. Came across a couple of the Paris Nike jerseys. Paris Nike, I think this is soccer jersey, if I'm not mistaken. Found like two of them, along with those Boston City jerseys. The Paris jerseys have already been sold. I do have both of the Boston jerseys. Those are up on the website. It's been crazy, some of the things you've come across. You just have to go to a few stores. I mean, you might not even have to go to a few stores if you go often enough, because it seems like the stuff is spreading around. That's why I have, some people have been hitting me up in the comment section, or even I think today in the chat about, like, their stuff not really having too much right now. I think it's only a matter of time before that kind of changes, because with reports of what they just said, what we talked about earlier, of them switching the execs up and everything, that's because they're having a lot of stale product, not just the Jordans and Air Maxes and Blazers and Dunks. There's other shoes that are just stale. Nothing is really selling. Nobody's buying anything. They think it's because people don't like it and they get it a bunch of times. I'm thinking it's a combination of that, plus the economy is getting crazy. People are not spending their money as much on shoes, so it's like a combination of both. So a lot of that stuff that they have still, and they've had production of other stuff that probably was already still made, it has to go somewhere. So it's going to start trickling off to more and more stores. So, like I'm saying, a lot of places even out here that might have been presumed as like a dead spot as of late has been much better. So, if you're in the area it's not too good, just either go more often, go earlier, because you might be around somebody else who's doing it. You might be in an area where somebody else is really doing it crazy, or they might have, it might be an inside thing too. That's the thing. If you go to a spot and you go there often and you never see something, that means that either there's some resellers who get there before you, or there's some resellers who work there in the back and they just not letting anything touch the floor. It's one or the other. You know what I'm saying? And more things are popping up that are really good for cheap, because these were $35 or $39, so $40, and they retail for like 180 or 175, something nice. And then the jerseys that I found, those were $25 for 160 retail. So some of the real good items. And there's actually, shout out to the homie Drum the Hustler, because he sent me some stuff too. We do business all day. He sent me some stuff. There's apparently some Nike shorts going around, some like track Nike shorts going around that resell for like 150 and above, like quickly too. I never knew that some track shorts could. I mean, there's some Olympic style track shorts, but that track shorts could be selling. That's, you just gotta look around. You know, even though things are crazy around the board when it comes to that type of stuff, as far as like, you know, people buying and selling, and retail arbitrage being just different, the market's being different. There still are some super bangers in there too. Some super bangers in there too. Fat Boy Kicks, what's good with you, man? Welcome to the stream. What's good with you, my dude? So yeah, stopped by the clearance center the other day. That same day, came across the LeBron 20 Liverpools. Like I'm pretty sure these have been seen at the outlets before. I don't recall. I think maybe one time I did see a pair of these. I definitely did. I think it might have been at Citadel. I definitely did see a pair in one of the videos for sure. But I guess by it being here, and it was cheaper than it was in Citadel for sure, because I think Citadel still had it at full retail, but like 20% off. Don't remember how much this was priced for, but it was under retail. But to find this on the day, I found everything else. Somebody who I was making conversations with came across the crafts. Then he also found a pair of the elephant print ones. Like, those are things that obviously, like you guys know, just came out. So that was the thing. Seeing stuff that just came out recently at the outlet, discounted 165 or whatever it was, 159, 165, some shit like that. I get confused between the Jordan 1 and the Jordan 2, because they had the Jordan 2 was cool gray. Those were there also. Like I said, the Jordan 3 Wizards popped through there. Jordan 6 cool grays. I seen the Jordan 5 crafts, you know. LeBron 20, this one just came out. The LeBron 20 FAMU and one of the colorways. I think there's 2 more colorways coming out. So this is the stuff what I talk about before, you know, when I had the live stream a few weeks, maybe a month ago now, when I was speaking about not paying retail for shoes, because, you know, I mean, I guess for certain shoes, you have to do that for. But then again, maybe not. maybe that's not really the case either. You know what I'm saying? Certain shoes right now at this point are sitting around also. Not everything is selling. I mean, a lot of it is, but not everything is. Like these, you still can kind of find these around. Maybe not now, it's like a week or something after that. But these were bought after the fact. Sending everything off Tuesday because I didn't want to send it off before this whole holiday season and things get in limbo, because I've sent some stuff out before and somebody actually DM'd me because I guess they had an issue with their product not showing any updates on the tracking. And one of their products that I had shipped off days, like a day or two before the holiday, had that same thing, but it's definitely being in the air. So the whole thing is always just real tricky with this 3-day weekend shit. So orders will be going out, or pickups will be going out on Tuesday for anybody who's watching, if you are a member. Eric, what's good with you, man? What you doing, man? How you doing? Welcome to the stream. Trades was good. LeBron 20 is definitely fire. So yeah, that's what I was saying earlier about, you know, some of the shoes out here. You might not necessarily have to grab them when they first come out, because if you just wait a little bit, maybe even just a week, maybe even the next week, maybe even that Monday, because somebody might buy it thinking they can either resell it and return it, or somebody could buy it thinking they want it, can't fit it. There's good reasons why people they do impulse buys and then buy remorse and return the stuff. You know, Nike takes it back all day. So the outlets are definitely good spots to go to when you want to go get some shoes. You might want to stop to those places first. I say that all the time. Go to the Marshalls, Ross, Burlington's outlets first before you go to Nike, Foot Locker. I mean, not trying to steal nobody's business, but I mean, that's just what's happening. Y'all can see it as you go out there. Those are just what's in the stores. There's been a lot of pictures online of just crazy finds right now. All kinds of I came across some cool stuff. The stuff that I found was considered a light day compared to some of the stuff other people are finding. Because I go out, but not as much. It's like people who go out every day or all the time, and like you see some of these people who just post on the Instagram their finds. A lot of good stuff out there, and to each his own. Everybody got their lane and they do what they do, and shout out to them. There's been a lot of good things at the stores though. So like I said before, check it out if you can. But yeah, LeBron 20s, the FAMU colorway is definitely a dope colorway. It's not like a trash colorway for the LeBron 20. I think so far there's only been one colorway that I think is not the best colorway. Like it's not a cool colorway for the LeBron 20. There's like one colorway I don't approve of, and I don't really like it. But I mean, to each his own. Not everything's for me. It's not, they didn't make them just for me. But I think they hit him out the park so far with this shoe. LeBron 20 doesn't have too many errors. I think they have one error. Yeah, the chosen one colorway to me personally is the one where they kind of lost it. The chosen one colorway is cool, but to me, it's like the weakest one out of all of them. But it's still cool though. I'm bringing it up right now so y'all can see. Y'all know what I'm talking about. It is on sale right now for like 160 in the stores when I've been seeing it. I've been showing in my videos. This one, for some reason, like I'm not feeling this colorway. And he wore an alternate colorway to this shoe that was pretty cool, but yeah, something about this colorway I'm not really feeling it. Maybe down the road I might see it and like it. But out of all the LeBron 20s that had dropped, I think this is the weakest one. But he got a lot of bangers. The Trinity, the Time Machine, the All Star, like everything else, even the olives, the pink one, the South Beast, all of his other colorways have been on point pretty much. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, from the grade school to the regular sizes. So the LeBron 20s have been on point. It's just the time of everything right now. Plus, it's a $200 shoe. So even that's at the outlets, posted up. It's not the first time I've seen it there. And then in the retail stores, the colorways are on sale for like 149. The Christmas colorway, the Trinity colorway. One colorway that I do not see in the stores is the Time Machine. I guess people kind of scooped that one up maybe because that was the first colorway that dropped. Usually the first colorway of a shoe, people get that for collector's purposes. But yeah, I have seen a few colorways or a few sizes of this FAMU colorway LeBron 20. These dunks too. I try to get that picture to be flipped, but I posted before I did. Had two pair of the Sun. What is it called? Sun on Mars or Mars on Fire for her or Mars for her. Mars for her Jordan 5s. They really wasn't selling in the stores like that anyway, but they did have them at the outlets under retail. It was just a lot of retros there. This is a grade school reimagined. This is just me. That's when I found the Kyrie, the 5, the 1. The 5s we ended up leaving. Channel member decided they didn't want it, which is fine. That's why I split that I'm there for a minute, give me time to think about it or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And then yeah, we came across the Jason Tatum's, and then also the Curry jersey, the Curry City jersey. If I would have found, I mean, I don't know if I'd have kept it. I'm thinking like if it was my size, maybe I'd have kept it, but I don't know. I don't think I wanted to. After the fact, somebody told me I thought I put that jersey in the Discord, but they had the $200 Curry jersey there for $79. But I thought I posted it in the Discord as well, but apparently I only posted the rose color. Vapor Max Pluses, same old, same old. Just a few, and then these were the dunks that I came across. There was a few other dunk highs that were there, and then some people did find some of the dunk lows too. I don't remember the names of them, but there were a few dunk lows there also that had been there for a minute. People didn't scoop them up. I wonder how this is going to go forward. What other stores are going to be like? I didn't hit up anybody during this weekend. I had thought about doing it, but I had some other stuff to take care of, and using my time wisely to get ahead of some things. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's why I really didn't go nowhere as far as the outlets were concerned. But we did hit up a store too, and got some content out. So shout out to everybody who did watch either on Bobby Thrift or Bosco Mitchell. I do have some content coming for Bosco 2.0 in the next day or two, so stay tuned for that. Also, yeah, this is the Curry jersey right here. This one with the stitched in. I did find I have a KD jersey. That's the $200 one I found at the. Where did I? Oh, I found mine at Ross. I found mine at Ross. See, like it's only a matter of time where that stuff start popping up there too. Because I mean, they did say some jerseys have been floating around. I just found some. I didn't grab them though, but I just found some Mitchell and Ness. The Mitchell and Ness shorts have always been at these stores, but now Ross is getting them more around me as well as the Burlington. So the hunting is back. Like the hunting of the stuff and finding some stuff after doing all that time and spending all that time is back. Like there was a point where you could go to 4 or 5 stores and find 5, 6 items. They got real dry when it came to the going to those stores, and now that time is flipped back again. You know, definitely a time to go there and grab stuff. If you're trying to grab stuff, some people are not trying to grab anything, which that's totally understandable. Same here, I'm in the same boat. Try not to grab nothing, but you find stuff. It's hard too sometimes. You know what I mean? It's the City Curry jersey. It's on my website right now. If you are looking for it, it's a size large, size medium, men's size medium. So I don't know if anybody's really a medium like that. You know, the jersey is dope though, and he's somebody not going nowhere. If it was a Draymond Green jersey or something like that, I probably would have been iffy on it. I probably wouldn't have grabbed it if it was a Draymond Green jersey. He probably won't be on the Golden State Warriors next season. Other retros too. I found this stuff within like 30 minutes, 30 within the first 35 minutes or so being there. I found all 3 of these retros, and I got there later in the day. I thought that most of the stuff had been gone because you hear about it. So okay, cool, but by this time you think people got there. But the first guy had told me like, yeah, even the resellers like they're not sticking around. Like they come there in the morning, look around, and then like leave because the prices are different and all this type of stuff. So the heat cart's not there, and they're just changing it up. And it's good for the consumer, the regular person who wants some shoes, but it's crazy times all the way around. So they're gonna have to lower the prices even some more. Maybe have them lower prices and bring the extra percentage off. I don't know. It's getting tricky out there. And by them releasing this report about them noticing and saying stuff has been stale, that only means they have to dump more stuff. More shit. More stuff has to be dumped. Some more dunks. These just came out. The guy who was in the video, I mean, he wasn't in the video, but he was the guy there while I was at the outlet who found those, and he's like, yeah, they just came out, man. I'm surprised they had them here. They had them inside, so he scooped them up. The LeBron Zooms, the gray colorway, this is the one that just came out too. It was only one pair, but they did have it there also. A lot of good finds. Under retail, I don't remember the exact price for it. I did say it in the video, so if you want to know how much any of these were, you can check the video to see. A lot of stuff there, though. A lot of recent stuff. That was the thing. It was about the stuff that was recent. And that's the outlet discount stores. Then we had the Ross, some Hovers, Dame certified. There's a lot of basketball shoes, and right now we're pretty much in the summer league times. All the summer camps and all that stuff. People need basketball shoes for sure, all sizes. So I didn't pick up these Dame certified though. I mean, there was no profit in them, but for you trying to hoop, there's definitely some shoes out there if you are trying to find shoes for that purpose. You know what I mean? Diamond turfs, or not diamond turfs. Why I call them diamond turfs? There's some type of turf. That's why I call them diamond turf. Things have just been flying out here. I'm being very, very, very super selective on the things that I'm grabbing because it's just learning from mistakes and just in general knowing what it is. Not even some. I mean, it is mistakes been made, but also just learning and seeing what it is. You don't want to have things sit around too much. There's a lot of newbies getting into it who's trying to pile up their inventory, and that's what you should do. but just make sure it's stuff that's gonna sell within the 6 month radius. There's, and don't procrastinate on posting stuff. I've gotten a lot better at posting stuff as soon as I grab it. These Grant Hills were just something I showed. I didn't grab the Grant Hills, but a lot of Grant Hills are starting to pop up at the stores now. At these stores, and all kinds of Grant Hills too, like different kind of colorways that I've never seen before. This one here that I was able to come across was an OG colorway. This right here is an OG colorway. And if you go to Ross and stuff, you should be able to find these too if you guys are into the OG Grant Hills. They had this colorway. They had this blue one I just showed you guys on the screen. Only $30 for them. They're on my website too. This is a size 11. But yeah, Grant Hill's popping up. And like I said, a bunch of collabs and colorways I've never seen before. I'm like, when did Grant Hill get this whole little... I know there was a revamp. I know there was a point when they started making Grant Hills and putting like the classic colorways out. But some of these wild colorways, let's see, do I have them on Discord? I'm just like, what the hell is this? Like, when did this ever come out? It might be here. Yeah, like I've never seen this where it has a graphic of a foot on the side of the shoe. I've never seen this Grant Hill before. I'm like, what the hell is this? This has to be it said something about racing on the back panel. Did I have the other color? Did I have the other picture of it? No, I don't. I'm like, when they make these? Then they had the Looney Tunes Kamikaze, which I seen another colorway. I don't recall. Maybe I did, because I seen these before at a WSS, the whole Looney Tunes Reebok collab. There's a Kamikaze low, but I don't know if I remember seeing this brown high one. Like, this is some... Why would they make this? Like, I'm a fan of the Kamikaze. Shout out to Sean Kemp. I do own a pair in my collection. And the Kamikaze original colorway is dope. Like, you know what I'm saying? They have some cool colorways in that shoe, but what made them do this with the fur? And it's representing the coyote, but I don't get it, bro. I feel like that was a waste of time, waste of materials, and waste of product. Like, it's at the Ross now. Maybe it got some resale too. I believe I looked it up, but it wasn't too much, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, man. But definitely getting better at the stores. That's definitely something I wanted to mention, because it's just been finding it at the outlets and at the Rosses and stuff like that in Burlington. So check your stores if you're looking for stuff to either grab for yourself or do the whole, flip thing. You know what I mean? The whole flip thing. Nike changing execs, man. That's switching things around, moving stuff around. Let's not get to that yet. So we got the Luka 2 images of the Jordan Luka 2. I put that on my Instagram. I don't know if it's going to play right now. There's no music, actually, I don't think. But the Jordan Luka 2 is actually the silhouettes I've been seeing, the images I've seen already look cool, but this colorway is going to be by far one of the best ones so far that I've seen, and it definitely looks like an improvement from the previous silhouette. The color combination is dope too. Of course, there's going to be a lot of color combinations out. Of course, there's going to be a lot of color combinations for him. He gets a lot of PEs. But whether it's the first colorway or not, this is a pretty dope colorway of the Luka 2 for sure. For sure. So, as you see the picture here, went by and was able to scoop up and find something for one of the channel members and people who support the channel, the home Dizzy. What's up? Trades. What's good? Yeah, man, that game yesterday, man. That game yesterday was very crazy. I didn't even watch it because I haven't watched since maybe it's bad, but LeBron and them not playing, Kyrie not playing. I'm not watching really. I don't care really. I mean, I've been using that time to get work done, but I ain't watched the game of that series. I've been just hearing what's been happening. I'll probably watch the finals a little bit, just to see some basketball, because I don't, but yeah, man, somebody come back from an 0-3 deficit and win the series first time since whatever, that's cool. That's cool. I do not see Boston losing this series. I just don't. I thought both teams were going to do it, but apparently it's just Boston who's going to do it. Boston coming back from the 0-3 to go to the championship. And if they come back from 0-3 to go to the championship, I believe they're going to beat. Are they going to beat Denver? I think they're going to beat Denver. Is the championship going to be over coming from the Eastern Conference now? Is Boston going to win? That's what I'm asking in the chat. Who do you guys got winning the 2023 finals? Is the banner going on? Boston, Denver, or Miami? Shout out to Miami, but Jimmy Butler guaranteeing a win. That usually never does good in a series. And as he guaranteed, well, we're going to win Game 6. And they lost Game 6. Now they had Game 7. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be crazy to see. I mean, I might check out a little Game 7 tomorrow to see some good basketball. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'll watch some Game 7. Stephs, what's good with you, my dude? What's good? Welcome to the stream. Andreas, what's going on? Just been grinding. I appreciate that. Thank you for the support, bro. Miguel, what's going on? Yeah. Jordan 4 crafts at Nike, and you found them in men's sizes. That's good. I definitely heard about that too. Son of Mars, definitely at the outlet. Yeah, I was confused on the name of the shoe. You see Denver holding trophy? I don't see why not. They over there chilling, rested. They've been posted for a minute. They got their opponent out of here quickly. And this game going to 7. They had like 2 weeks off. So I couldn't see why they wouldn't win. And they're a matchup problem for Denver. I think they only played each other, twice? But yeah, I see it being Denver and Boston in the finals. I don't see Miami winning. Jimmy Butler should have just was quiet and just won the game. But once you start saying guarantee you're going to win the game, I don't know what to say. And then, I mean, I didn't see the game, but I definitely saw the controversy at the end of the game, how the foul occurred with 2-point-something seconds left, but they wound up putting back 3.0 seconds left, just enough time to where the guy can get a tip with the 1.10 seconds left, with 1/10 of a second left. Had they not adjusted the clock to 3 seconds, that 1/10 of a second tip in wouldn't happen. So like I've been seeing that breakdown all day. So that's like crazy. That's crazy. They said that he got robbed. So I'm saying, I don't know what happened. All I know is that's what I heard and kept seeing. Jimmy Butler got fouled with like 2.3 seconds left or 2.7 seconds left. Maybe not 2.7. It was like 2.6. But they put back 3 seconds on the clock. And then the tip happens with 1/10 of a second left. Had that not 10th of a second, but then seconds not been added, that 1/10 wouldn't have happened. And Miami wins, and we're all moving on to Miami and Denver. But if were a fifth, we'd all be drunk. So I guess it's not a fifth. Crazy, bro. So I know people are upset about that, but just kind of understand it's entertainment, and it is what it is, bro. It is what it is. I'm glad I'm not betting or nothing like that. I'm just watching it from entertainment purposes, man. I just hope it's a good Game 7. I think it will be. I mean, Game 7s aren't really boring at all. They're really entertaining from the beginning to end most of the time, unless there's like an injury or something crazy like that. You know what I'm saying? What is Chris Paul going to do? What you guys think Chris Paul's going to do? Ask also, do you believe LeBron? Anybody here actually think LeBron could be retiring this year? Does anybody believe that? Does anybody believe LeBron could retire this after the season? I think it sounds good, but I don't think there's any chance. I think there's like a 0% chance that he's retiring this year. Like he won't be playing next season. Like I think there's a 0% chance that's the case. Especially with him pumping so hard on how he wanted to play with his kid. I mean, that alone lets me know that's not the case. Maybe it's just kind of sending a message to, we need to get some people in here because I can't keep doing this. I want to win. So if it don't look like we're going to win, maybe I'll just leave. And who would they bring over? They're going to bring Kyrie. They're going to bring Trae Young. What they going to do? Do we keep AD or trade AD? That's the big question. Keep AD, trade AD. keep AD with expecting him to only play 50 games, or trade AD because he looked like he was balling this year, and teams might still take a chance on him. Chris Paul to the Lakers game, I don't know if that's the move to make right now. You know, it needs to be nothing but youthful players around LeBron. It's sad that they're talking about just getting D'Lo out of here, and all the trade rumors. D'Lo's gone. Trade rumors. I haven't heard Schroeder gone. You know what I'm saying? I've heard a lot of D'Lo talk. I've heard of a Rui Hachimura, but I heard the Lakers want to keep him, so I don't see why people would be throwing him in trade rumors. But D'Lo seems to be a hot topic. I'm like, man, D'Lo could be effective with this team. Like, I know if you don't win a championship, teams don't run it back. But I mean, I think they can run it back with at least 8 of the players they had. Get Troy Brown up out of here. Get Malik Beasley up out of here. Get Mo Bamba in here with some more rotation. Pause. Hopefully that sounds crazy. Yeah, get Mo Bamba on the court. You know, get Malik Beasley and Troy Brown out of here for some youth and length. Maybe get Kuzma back. Somebody like younger and like taller, you know what I'm saying? Like a Vanderbilt, but you know, another Vanderbilt that could actually maybe shoot. I don't know if I'm thinking of a player that actually exists in the league like that, but I'm sure there is some people who fit. But they keep trying to talk about Kyrie still, which I'm not mad at. I'm not mad at that. You know, I would love to see the connection again, but I'm just like, oh, man, you know, if they do that and keep AD, you know, because if it's just gonna be Kyrie and LeBron, and then they have a bunch of good role players, I don't know. I think they need a big 3 with Kyrie and LeBron now, because LeBron might not play. He might play 50 games. AD might play 50 games. Kyrie might play cool little 60 games. So they need to have a supporting cast that's strong. And right now, I like the supporting cast they had, man. I like the supporting cast. Like I said, there's a few people they could move around, but the supporting cast they had was cool. I just think Mr. Ham, Darvin Ham, respect to his name because he was a dunker. I just think there's some moves he didn't make. I feel like the coaches more should have the Popovich look at it in a sense. Only one part of Popovich's strategy where Pop uses his players early in the season and all season. He's using 10, 11 player rotations all season long. So by the time the playoffs come, Tim Duncan and them are fresh, bro. Like, that's what he needs to do for LeBron and AD. You need to have them not playing. They need to be playing 20, 25 minutes, man. I mean, you know, maybe 80 a little more, but they need to have these guys on the bench for a little while, be able to be on the bench longer. They need to have that solid supporting cast. And that was something San Antonio was doing for a long time, playing 10, 11 players the whole season. So when you got to the playoffs, you know, Matt Bonner could come in and hit some threes that was clutch because he been playing all season. He ain't been sitting on the side all day. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think more coaches should do that type of think of that way, because even, you know, they got down to later in the rounds, and they went with an 8-man rotation. But I mean, if you had players who knew what was going on to be ready, you could have went more. And I don't know, man. I'm not a coach. I'm not a coach. What up, cool? Yeah. I mean, and you know, I don't think Rory will be. I don't think they'll let Rory go. I don't think they're gonna let Austin go. Austin's on the board for 100 and something. That's gonna be crazy to see, man. How that's gonna work out. But we shall see. But yeah, man, this shoe right here, this Jordan 1 Craft is definitely a shoe. Much better than I definitely anticipated. You know, I do sneaker news and stuff like that on other channel on BOSSCO 2.0, and I talked about them, seen some images before. They didn't seem too crazy. You know, obviously because the pictures really didn't do justice. I think I had like some mock-up images, and then when we got some, you know, quote-unquote detailed images of the shoe, excuse me, it didn't really sit. Wow, hiccups now? Yeah, everything I seen before didn't really match up or add up to the shoe, you know. So I did see people were on Instagram and in the Discord mentioning this Jordan 1, saying that they couldn't find it in any locations. I guess whatever website they were looking at, most stores didn't have it, but luckily one of the stores that I go to did have it, so I was able to scoop it up. And like I said, I didn't know when I didn't know what we were in store for. But this shoe right here, even if my camera probably doesn't do it justice, let me see, doesn't do it good enough justice. But this shoe has really really good leather quality, and the details are just it's dope on this shoe. I did a video earlier letting you guys see it, so you guys can actually see it more detailed. I guess better lighting, I believe. But this Jordan 1 Craft is definitely a sleeper of the Jordan 1s. People aren't really feeling Jordan 1s like that right now. They're not super popular, so I guess that's why they're able to be available. But then again, this was only at like sneaker like boutiques and stuff like that. So um, I don't know. I don't even know if they sold out at the place that I found them at. I don't know if they sold out there because I don't know. I don't know. I haven't seen many places post about them, but they're not going for much over retail now. I think from what I've seen in certain sizes, you know how that is. Maybe like next week or something like that, it might uptick once people get a whiff of what these are about and the quality of them. That might change, you know. But this craft is definitely a sleeper, bro. I It's a white shoe or a sale shoe that I would consider picking up. I'm not really a big fan of sale shoes or white shoes because it's like, I want to keep it clean all the time. I'm the type of person that drives with the towel on the carpet when I'm driving, so there's no heel drag on the back of my shoe because I've learned about that the hard way. When you're braking and pressing the gas and your back heel scuffing on the carpet on the floor, and then you're getting the marks in your shoe. So, nah, we don't like that. So I either wear sandals when I ride, or I put something down so I'm not scraping up the back if it's like white or something like that. So, with having that thought process already, something like this would just drive me crazy, just in general. But it is a dope shoe. If you have the opportunity to scoop it up, or if you were on the fence, I'm suggesting you check it out and give it a shot because it is dope. The quality, I like the detailing on the back. Like it looks it's making it up on the camera. It's like some type of, I don't know. I don't even know what material that is. It looks like it's cork material, but it's not. Super dope Jordan 1 right there. You know, maybe I would have considered it if I would have considered it, but it wasn't on my radar at all. And I'm trying to be chill, so that's why I didn't do it. But it's definitely a fire Jordan 1. I wouldn't mind adding it to my collection. It comes with like a peach colored box too. It's different. It's definitely a different type of Jordan 1, that's for sure. So shout out to that. Shout out to the sleepers. That's definitely gonna be a sleeper. That's gonna be a shoe I feel like over time later it'll be a shoe that kind of has some more value to it because I feel like the quality is good and the colorway is just different. It's a different type of vibe with it. My opinion, I could be completely wrong. I don't care. It's just what I think. You know what I'm saying? Jordan 1 craft. Usually the crafts have been kind of iffy. Jordan 4 crafts, people had mixed reviews about it. It's a Jordan 4, so I think people scooped it up because it's a 4. But I think it's not as light to some of the other 4s that came out for sure. The craft series have just been kind of iffy all the way around. They have some good ones, but they don't ever really, the craft mids and craft lows. It's a mix. I mean, there's like the navy blue one that first came out. I like the way it looked, but I don't like them enough to grab them. But it's weird. I do see people grabbing like that. This colorway that I've seen, where we at with it? The colorway that I showed when I was at the outlet. That one of the guys found that I saw there. And this colorway, I don't see much in the stores no more. I see a different colorway craft. And I remember at one point I used to see this craft all the time. This colorway I used to see a lot in the stores, like all the time. I saw the mids and the lows in this colorway. But I don't know, maybe they took them out the stores and brought out the new colorway of the crafts and did something else with this colorway because I don't really see this one in the stores no more. I only see the light colored gray one. So I'm like, did people buy the craft stuff or did Nike take them back and like take them back to the store and do direct to consumer type shit? Because I really don't see this color combination anymore. And this was around, sitting around. Nobody was touching it. So I'm like, did people eventually come back and scoop it up? Was there something about this shoe that I didn't know about? Like, why don't I see this colorway no more? You know what I mean? I see that white and gray one though. Just curious. Just curious. But yeah, man, that's a lot of things are going on when it comes to the sneaker world and just sneaker finds. There's stuff everywhere, things everywhere, which is a good thing. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. If they don't play big minutes down the stretch, they don't win. That's why they need more players. I guess that's why they need different players. So do they let Lonnie Walker go? Lonnie Walker go play for somebody else and ball out. I hate when they do that. I guess I could say that from the last however many seasons LeBron been there. They've done that a lot where somebody let go to be a star somewhere else. Kuzma, Caruso, KCP, Brandon Ingram. All those guys went somewhere else and balled. I'm like, God damn it. Even KCP, somebody Laker Nation hated. Then he became a key part of them winning a championship, and they let him go. And now he's a key part of Denver's success. Like, God damn, I was mad seeing him kill the Lakers. I'm like, y'all at KCP, like, y'all didn't want him, and now he over here killing y'all and beating y'all. He was hitting like every shot he had, and he was doing that when he played for the Lakers, like the second year when he was doing well. I'm like, LeBron, he's a clutch guy. How you let him go? Randall too, facts. D'Lo too. He left, came back. He left, went and did his thing, made a little name for himself, and came back. D'Lo's a good player. I like him as a guard. He can create, and he can create for himself and others. You know, they say that he kind of fades in the playoffs, I guess. I don't see him enough in the playoffs to know, but from the playoff run I've seen him do this season, it was good except for the last game or two when he didn't take many shots. But who knows why he didn't take many shots? Maybe LeBron and AD dominated the ball more. I don't know. But with game 4, he didn't take more than 5 shots or something. Or game 5, whatever. That's what game 4. He didn't take more than 2 shots, 5 shots, some shit like that. Eggplant foams are dropping. Yes, sir, Steph. Next year, right? That's part of 2024. I'm hearing there's more foams to come after that too. Like there's a good amount of foams dropping in 2024, which makes sense but don't make sense. It makes sense because I'm a foam positive person. I like foam positives. I'm happy to see that. But what don't make sense about it is like with these price points and everything else. They're talking about things are being stale and all this stuff. They're gonna drop a shoe that's $240, $250 out the door if you're in LA. $251 maybe, depending on where you shop at in LA. That's crazy. Foam pods are gonna go on sale quickly too, except for maybe the Galaxy colorway. That probably won't make it to the outlets. But the other ones probably will. The Galaxy probably will be the only one that doesn't make it to the outlets. But the metallic one, the eggplants, all those things are gonna make it to the outlets. Even though I'm a fan of the eggplants, I do have a pair that's in great condition. But you know, obviously the outsole part is yellow, so that's what makes you want to think about getting a new pair. But for $240, when I got a good pair already, I'm probably cool. And they might pop up at the outlet. Somebody might grab it and return it. I'm gonna get the eggplant size 13, see if I can resell it. Then I can't. They take it to the outlet, and then here I come, see it at the outlet. You know, I'm not mad at that. Joshua, what's going on with you, my dude? How you doing? Welcome to the stream, bro. Just chilling out, talking about a few things. Who do you got winning the NBA Finals? Miami, Boston, or Denver? We've just been talking about a few things. Do you believe LeBron? Do you believe LeBron when he said that? He doesn't know I don't know. I got a lot to think about. I don't know. I got a lot to think about when it comes to the game of basketball. You got to think about where you're going to play, where you're going to see your son play at in the summertime, where you're going to see your other son play, where you're going to rehab at. That's what you got to think about. You ain't got to think about retiring. You're not retiring. You think LeBron will retire without having a farewell tour, right? That's always been a tongue twister. Farewell. Farewell. tour. You know he wants that. He wants the thing where every city he goes to, it's a parade and a big show. He's gonna want that. I wish Carmelo could have got something like that. I wish we could have known Carmelo's last season was gonna be his last season as opposed to, I thought it was a chance the Lakers would have brought him back or somebody would, because when he played for the Lakers, he did his thing. I'm like, LeBron, like Carmelo did his thing. Like, why didn't you make that he always says Rob Pelinka. But like Melo would have stayed for the low and he could have did some stuff for the team. He would have did more than Troy Brown did, at least on the offensive end. I understand Troy Brown has some solid moments for his defensive side, and that would probably be a reason why they might keep him, because maybe he might be a KCP type vibe where he needs a year under the belt to kind of feel at home because he's a 3-and-D guy. It's just he really wasn't able to do what he's supposed to do. I don't know. Beasley, he's supposed to be a gunner too, but it just didn't work out for him, man. I don't know what happened. Beasley, he's a player that has the ability to put the ball in the basket. It just didn't happen to really work out for him like that. I think the Clippers just made some moves too, or some rumors about this stuff. You gotta love the offseason, man. Some $1 million moves. Somebody sent me a message about something. I don't know what it was, but it's like the Clippers did something. What they do? What they trying to do? Clippers though, man. Clippers just need to do something to make sure that they're good at the end of the trade. I mean, make sure they're good during regular season, make it entertaining for people playing, watching basketball in LA besides the Lakers. Just make it entertaining. Don't talk about championship aspirations. Just talk about playoff basketball and stuff like that, man. And Kawhi Leonard, man, I don't know what to say, bro. I don't know what to say about Kawhi. All due respect to Kawhi, he is an NBA player, a good NBA player. When he plays, he's really good. He does his thing. He's some whole other person on the court. It's crazy. But, I'm not mad at what he did, bro. It's like he's smart for playing the system how he do it, Like I said, Brandon Roy is the first person that comes to mind, but other players should have did this too. Sit out many a games to, he really probably, like I said, if this was some years ago, he would have been out the league. Like, they didn't allow this whole little low management thing. They didn't allow people sitting out back to that. It just was different. So, Brandon Roy is probably, man. If Brandon Roy could have did this, he would have had to do the same shit. Brandon Roy would have had to do the exact same thing. Exact same thing. Because his knees was bad too. And that's what I'm saying. So it seems like the same scenario. But they say Brandon Roy was chronic knee, whatever. But man, Kawhi played 5-10 games, missed 60, bro. 40, 20 games, 25 games. Like, it's crazy, bro. Missed a whole season. That's frustrating. I was at the store the other day at the grocery store, and I had a Clipper hat on, and some random dude was in the line next to me. He was like, oh, Clippers, yeah, man. Shout out to the Clippers. I'm like, yeah, man. Hopefully, they always do their, whatever, regular season stuff. He's like, yeah, man. My dad's neighbors with Kawhi. I'm like, oh, cool. He's like, yeah, man, over there in Palisades. He's like, my dad sees him all the time when he walks his dog. I would love to be a fly on the wall to hear what they talk about. I'm like, oh yeah. I'm just saying, oh yeah, whatever. And he's like, yeah, man. Kawhi's a beast, man. He's a great player, man. He's like one of the best. He's like one of the best or the best player in the league. Like, yeah, he's really good. He's like, I'll take him way over Paul George. Like, it's no question. I'm like, I feel you, man. I'm like, yeah, hopefully he can just stay healthy. He's like, yeah, but he's still one of the best players ever. I'm like, yeah, I feel you, bro. But that injury stuff and not being available is annoying as hell. Like I said, man, that summer was a crazy summer for me. Like, LeBron going to the Lakers was a wild thing, but then Kawhi going to the Clippers was like bittersweet too in the opposite way. Like, I didn't like at first LeBron going to the Lakers because my history and everything, but Kawhi to the Clippers was almost the same, but an opposite. Like, I really I like the Clippers and support the team. That's like my team. And then Kawhi, who they're trying to say is better than LeBron, is coming to my team. Like, fuck. I'm like, that's gonna help our team, but no, because he's not the king. He's not the king of LA. He's not better than LeBron. And then he had the commercial where he's trying to show he's the king of LA. And then every time the Clippers beat the Lakers, the Clippers win, which I want the Clippers to win and beat the Lakers, but then I don't want Kawhi to get the up over LeBron. It's like it's a clusterfuck right there when it comes to those two teams playing each other and Kawhi. Like, yeah, I root for Kawhi, but yeah, he's He's definitely number 2. His jersey. He's not number 1. That's for sure. Especially when you can't play that much. And LeBron's excuse is because he's 38 and he's much older. Kawhi is younger and he does have an injury for real. So that's definitely an excuse. However, he been doing this. He been missing seasons, bro. He been doing it. He's not new to this. He's true to this. He been missing seasons for a long time. A long ass time. Shout out to Kawhi though, because he's a great player when he ball out. When he was playing in the playoffs, yeah, he played the first round and missed the second round. He missed all the games against Phoenix. Yeah. But the first round, it was like, oh wait, it's about to be Lakers and Clippers Western Conference Finals. Hold up, Kawhi balling like this. It's about to be Western Conference Finals all day. Nobody wants it with LA. That's what it seemed like. That first round, whoever they played, I don't remember who they played, but Kawhi was doing some monster shit. And then next thing you know, he get a report. And I said it. I watched the game before where he kind of did like a little something. It seemed like he might have tweaked something, but he kept playing. But like he kind of like did like a little knee touch or something, but he kept playing. And I'm just like, I don't know, man. I've seen this before where they keep playing on it, play the rest of the game, and then you hear the news in the morning. Oh man, they done did something out for 2 months. Sure enough, that's what happened. He just the next day with a report, he's out. Here we go again. It is what it is, though, man. Great times at the outlet. Find some stuff there. I think that's kind of outlet. I think that's the retail stores or the side stores, the Rosses and Burlingtons, all that stuff has some things going on. What do we got here? Never pick up stuff. Well, this is what you guys already know about the 4s. You guys know about me getting the 6s too for one of the channel members. That's a dope shoe also. But I did. I mean, I wasn't thinking about seeing that. Clippers and Suns was first round? Damn. So what was I thinking about then? Was it maybe like towards the end of the season then? I thought he was doing some shit in the playoffs. Maybe it was towards the end of the season then when he was running off some games where he was like really balling. And that's when people were Kawhi Jordan. I was hearing people say that on Twitter and like the Discord. Kawhi Jordan because he was balling. Damn, I thought. But yeah, so he was balling in some games before the season that made it seem like it could be a Lakers Clippers Western Conference thing. And it just didn't pan out like that. So that's why it was yeah, I must be thinking about like the string of games towards the end of the season. Towards the end of the season, there, that's what it was. Yeah, that's probably what it was. Oh yeah. So we did scoop these up as I mentioned before. George 6 Toros, a sneaker that I was looking forward to the whole year. Thought it would be a dope shoe. Did not scoop it for myself just because of the timing, and plus I just don't feel confident in buying a lot of things because of the simple fact that I'm seeing everything everywhere else. Is really making me wait. And then I go to this finish line, and the girl tells me they have a whole size run. She's like, I have a gang of pairs. I have everything. Really? Nobody wanted these? I thought people was waiting for these like I was. I mean, I didn't get them, but I thought the same. And like I said, I was able to get them for channel member, so that was always cool. Sometimes people don't have access for them in their areas, which is the whole point of what I'm doing. But yeah, this colorway is dope. The suede on it was good. I was iffy on it because I seen a pair before that kind of discouraged me. These are definitely on point, and I might make a choice and switch my mind up because, like I said, it's not something I feel like I have to rush and get because it is available. Like people aren't really. This is a fire ass Jordan 6 though, man. It's a dope Jordan 6. I guess it just is what it is, man. The timing of when it dropped, the retail price point for it, there's other things coming out too that people probably were looking for. There have been some restocks around the corner on the way, all that type of stuff. So a lot of reasons why people didn't. I mean, it did kind of disappear on sneakers, but in the stores, they've been available. And the more that I see them after the release date, the more I like them. Even though the reds are different from like the tones right here are slightly different. This is a darker red, and I'm not mad at this colorway. Not mad at it at all. Pretty solid releases in this month of May. I feel like this month of May might have been a little better than last month, but I think last month was pretty solid too. I feel like the Jordans, the fours, the threes, the fours for sure is a highlight of the month as far as retros. And I thought these sixes still were, even though they don't really, I think they still are. I think for the ladies, the threes was pretty solid too. You know, to each his own, everybody's style different, but I thought that was a pretty solid colorway. Yeah, UNC was definitely available for a while too. I just thought that people would like the shoe a little more. It seemed like it's gonna sit there. Is it gonna sit there like the cool gray six? That's crazy. And does that mean that this going like if I found see that's the thing. Like if I find this is the clearance center in a size 13, then I know it makes more sense then because it's gonna probably be like 160, 159. You know what I mean? Even though you can't use those other coupons, but still, it's still under the retail price and much under it. More than you would get it, less than you would get it for if you did go through like StockX and stuff like that because of fees and everything. Yeah, no Nike Air on the back. It would have been cool. But that's my main thing. Like, okay, yeah, no Nike Air. That's something that people would like to see. But then also, why is this not black? For the color blocking purposes, that would make sense if that was black Jordan logo with a black Air. But that's just my opinion. Somebody was telling me they put black laces in here. It kind of makes the shoe pop a little different. I think that might be a good look. I like to do lace swaps. If I did get a pair of these, I probably would try that out to see what it looks like with the black laces. You know, yeah, lace swapping is always important. It definitely gives your shoe a whole nother vibe. These actually come with another pair of laces too. They come with like this sail colorway, but then they also come with like some white laces. Is it? Yeah, like some white laces. I don't know. I think I would keep the laces that come with it already, like that sail colorway, or what is it? No, it's the vanilla colorway. I probably would keep that on there instead of putting the alternate laces in here. But both of them are dope. And like I said, these two, along with the fours and the threes, and I'm sure there's been other releases that I'm not even thinking about right now. It was a pretty solid month. I mean, at least for retros alone. But there definitely was some other shoes out there, some dunks and all kinds of shit that came out this month. We might have. Is there another release before that? I don't think so. I don't think so. Cause yeah. It was definitely a solid situation this month. Definitely. Next month might turn up a little bit more too. We shall see how that comes out. I don't know. I don't know. As we're getting deeper into the months, you know, things is crunching down even more from people spending and all that stuff. So Nike over here just now coming on board or realizing, oh man, we need to change our direction and make some new shoes. No, you need to stop making shoes and just sell what you got right now because whatever else you're coming out with ain't gonna really move either. You might just want to focus on some of your most popular shoes and just make them better. Make your dunks better. Make your Jordan lows and Jordan mids better quality. People will start buying those things. You how they use all that good quality on bad sneakers makes no sense. You get them two trays. I like two trays, but they're not the best. Or whatever them other ones, like some of them other silhouettes be having good materials. It's like why y'all use it on this shoe and not put it on a Dunk low or Jordan 1 low or Jordan 1 mid? It would make sense to do that instead of making all these side Jordans, which will. I understand the strategy of making the side Jordans. I understand that because Jordan gets more money too. I mean, it's more than just this, but I do know and heard that Jordan gets more of a cut on these newer Jordans than the main silhouette, the main retros. That's why they make all these other Jordans because he gets more cut on that. So you got to do that for that point. Then you make a variety for people who don't want to spend the main price point. They just go ahead and get a lesser a costing shoe that still has the Jordan logo and brand on it to feel like they're part of it. That's why you have all these other different varieties. You feel me? But oh yeah, the lanes is fire too. Larry, what's going on? Larry Perkins, what's good with you, bro? Yeah, those lanies is fire. Those is on point. Those is definitely dope. Got a chance to get a glimpse of those at Finish Line Very, very nice shoe, bro. Colorway on that is on point too. They are releasing things too close together. I think that's another reason why. Definitely too many things releasing back to back. Then you have a lot of restocks and shock restocks. And another Panda Dunk restock. They just had, or either about, they just had another Panda. They just had, or about to have another Panda restock, and then they just had another SB Dunk 4 restock, or it's about to happen. I just seen that all over the internet. Another 4, even though they just did it first come first serve the other day, they're doing another restock like either yesterday or today. 4 or 5 days ago, they were on their first come first serve, and then like a day or two ago, there was another one. I'm like, what are y'all doing? Like, how do y'all do this? And then want to know why this is not moving? Because everybody's trying to wait their money, trying to save their money, thinking they can get this other shit, and then the stuff that's coming out that everybody can get, they don't get that. But then you say they put it all out, so then everybody has a chance to get something they want. If you put a bunch of stuff out, resellers go to, only 1 or 2 things, and then the other stuff the normal people can do it. Normal people can buy. Is it still a war between resellers and consumers, bro? Like, they still hate each other? Is that still a thing? Like, still shit talking and stuff? I think that's hilarious, but it is what it is. Neither one of them are going anywhere. Consumers not going nowhere. Resellers ain't going nowhere. As reselling gets harder, it just drives more and more people to the stuff that's selling, so then it makes those things harder to get, stuff like that, or whatever the case is. But it's just a whole little circle of goalposts that move, and you just gotta deal with what you gotta deal with. You know what I mean? It just is what it is. Nowhere in Ohio, man. Hopefully, as this stuff is being stale and over, they gotta start shipping them to more places. But then again, if you don't have a market that buys stuff like that, I'm not sure how that would work. But I just feel like because things get so packed, they can only. I would just hope, wishful thinking, maybe it's not possible at all. But you would just think that they would spread out to more areas, thinking that they could get some money for it. But I don't know, man. That's kind of unfortunate. Hopefully, at some point, somewhere around you guys that don't have it like that now, things can change. Maybe in the summertime, it can get a little better. I mean, when you guys say things are that good, has it always like never been good, or did you guys have spurts? Because you guys could just be in the dry spell right now, and maybe things, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Or you can become a member and then just get stuff through my videos. You feel me? That's the other option. If you're in an area and you can't get the stuff, while I be going out, I do be finding stuff. You join my Discord or my Instagram, and I can let you know when I'm out and about finding the stuff that's actually in store. We can grab them for you. That's what I do for my channel members. Shout out to everybody who is a channel member. Been doing it for a minute too. I appreciate everybody who is a member or not. I appreciate all y'all, but big shout out to the members, man. You know what I mean? I'm a resale hater. StockX lost my 5 pairs. Okay, Larry, I hear you, bro. I understand your frustration with StockX losing the pair. 5 pairs? How do you lose 5 pairs? That's wild. But um, resellers make the world go around just like consumers do too. You need one without the other. You know what I'm saying? And it's funny. It is a true war between that. You hear all the little jokes and stuff, the little sly remarks. You feel me? I've never. I mean, I guess I have, because one thing I was gonna say was I've never been on the side because I deal with both. I've never been around resellers and they're clowning the regular consumers for like their loss. I don't. I mean, maybe that's the people I'm around. They're not like, oh yeah, we got a pair, fuck them, they can't get it, they gotta get it. Like, I never really heard people do that. Like when you hear a regular collector or consumer be like, oh yeah, resellers got stuck with them shoes, they can't do nothing with them. Like how they like taunt their losses. I don't really hear the resellers taunt the consumers' losses, but maybe they're doing that by just having their prices up there. I don't know, but I've been on both sides, and I just like, damn, the collectors be talking their little shit. That's why the resellers kind of talk their little shit, because the resellers are just hustling and doing a job. It's another hustle, another business, another way to get money. You know what I'm saying? Another way for some people to feed their families and shit they got going on. It's rather them do that than sell drugs. Because to be honest with you, a lot of people I know and have known have done the other, and now they do this. It's just you take the philosophy from that and just do it here, like, and you ain't got to worry about, you know, when you make the drop offs, you ain't have to worry about the cops. You might have to worry about getting robbed or fake money. You got to worry about make sure that's covered. But if that's all good, you don't have to be looking over your shoulder when you meet somebody at the gas station. You know, if you know them and everybody's cool, like you don't have to worry about that. So I don't know. I think that stuff with the resellers and resellers and retellers or resellers and consumers is a funny thing, and I just laugh at both sides. It's like, damn, that's hilarious. But Jordan 5 pairs low. Jordan 5 pairs low. How'd they lose your shoes, bro? That's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy for them to do that. Eric B, what's good with you? Welcome to the stream. How you doing, bro? Yeah, for them to lose 5 shoes, that's not cool. Oh, your Paris. Oh, the Jordan 5 Paris low. I'm tripping, bro. Okay. Damn. Yeah, I mean, losing any shoe would definitely not be cool. And neither one of them, those sites, the GOATs and StockX, is kind of hard to say which one is better to go to. People ask me sometime. I just say uh, GOAT is better for selling and StockX is better for buying, but that's on the part of the money aspect. When it comes to the, verification and validation, man, I don't know. Everybody makes mistakes. Every business is not 100% perfect. I do deal more personally and in person with GOAT than I do StockX, and I haven't had any issues, but I don't really buy. I really just push things through there. So, I've seen videos on YouTube from both places. People saying they got a fake shoe from GOAT. People saying they got a fake shoe from StockX. I've just heard of it happening more from StockX than I have from GOAT. Which is just unfortunate, bro. You know what I mean? It's unfortunate. You want to have that third party, but you gotta make sure that third party is the best. Like, which one thing that's dope about the third party is one thing that helped eBay kind of save itself, because by them having that authentication process, it definitely helps people trust buying from them more. Because even though use wait, they use SneakerCon people, right? StockX use SneakerCon people who use eBay people. Because at the conventions, at the SneakerCon convention, at the authentication booth, it was eBay, but the people working at the eBay authentication booth were SneakerCon employees who do the verification. Because 2-3 years ago at 2-3 years ago at SneakerCon had its own verification center. If you guys ever been to a convention, I don't know if they did it. I'm pretty sure they did it at all of their locations. But yeah, they have a line, a big ass booth where you go and get your shoe verified by the SneakerCon people. So yeah, eBay uses SneakerCon people. There we go. Because I'm like, I was getting confused. What is the train of it? But yeah, eBay with their authentication, that definitely kind of put them back on the map to be like a reputable person to sell your shoes through. Because if they didn't do that, it would still be StockX and GOAT, and then people would just kind of be stuck with just those two platforms as far as getting your stuff authenticated. I think more platforms should do that process, but you gotta pay people for it and all this type of shit. So I don't know, man. Shit getting tricky out here in the sneaker world in general. So we all should just get along, resellers and collectors alike. But yeah, don't laugh at the other side just because, But I'm telling you, I see it in here all the time, bro. It's so hilarious. It's usually, like I said, from one side. No, I don't really hear the resellers. I just hear the people. When I hear resellers talk shit, it's just like they have the conversations I hear from them is when they talk to somebody saying they want a shoe, and then the person's like, "Oh, I'm gonna wait and see if I can get it for this and that," and then they try to wait to see if they can get it for retail or for this and that, and then that shit didn't work out, so they come back to the reseller, but now the reseller has a different price. And the person gets mad at that, like, well, you told me this before. Well, yeah, that was before the shoe dropped. I mean, that's what happens, though. That's the game, bro. You can't tell StockX and GOAT the same shit. If the shoes are one price and then after the release it goes up, you can't say, well, no, it came out for this. So, mean, that's what the price was before it dropped. That's just the rule of how the game goes. You can be mad at it if you want to, but that's what the game is. Yeah. No, 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 not the white and purple grids online. Those were fire though, but I didn't get them. Should I have gotten them? Did I make a mistake? I'm sure they'll be there still because people didn't even know. Like people didn't care, I guess there. But no, I didn't get it. The purple colorway. I'd never seen those colorways. I'm like, what rendition or what edition were these? I never seen those Grant Hills before. I was kind of like, I'm like, did they just make these last season? And like, why are they making all these Grant Hills? I mean, big up to them because we want to see them. I guess we want to see them. Uh-oh. Oh wait, we said what ones? The purple ones? Yeah, the purple ones. Do you mean these? Because I don't remember purple. The white and blue ones? Or you talking about those? I don't remember a purple one. Which video did you see purple one, my dude? Let me know. Shit. I have been seeing some colorways of them, like there's a cream one. Wait, there might have been like a white, black, and purple one. Or what am I thinking about this? Damn, why don't I have it in my picture? On my pictures. Oh yeah, okay, you talking about those. Yeah, I never seen them before either. I don't know what collection they came from or what. I never seen them in the store or nothing. Usually they would have made it to some type of store or been on sneaker news or something about, oh, these Grant Hills are really, you would have heard something about them. And I ain't hear nothing about them for them to just pop up by the bundles at the stores. Like, where the fuck y'all come from? Where these niggas come from? I never seen y'all before. Y'all out here chilling with all this heat and then let nobody know. They brought the red ones back out. Like, we know about these. I wonder if they're gonna bring if they're gonna bring the black and white ones out or the navy blue and white ones out. Like, are they gonna bring them all out? I mean, why'd they bring? I'm not mad, but they brought this classic one out, but then they bring all them other wild ones that I never seen. Like, what's the correlation? Can somebody let us know? Like, what's happening here? Because we like the Grant Hills. I mean, ain't nothing wrong with the Grant Hills. If I had found a size 13, maybe I considered it. I didn't, but the Grant Hills were definitely on point. Steps was good up. Steps was going on. So the smoke was going on. 23. Yeah, Grant Hills was a classic shoe. It was definitely a basketball shoe, but we wore it for casual wear. Even from back then, it was always a casual shoe. I never hooped in Grant Hills. I only had Grant Hills to wear. Yeah, yeah. Classic shoe, man. And I remember them being out. I remember those. I remember the ones you talking about. Cool. I remember those being out. Like definitely. So I just never seen these other colorways. I'm like, where did these guys come from? They weren't back out when they start first pushing the Grant Hills. What the fuck? What, like, I've never ever in my life seen this one with the checkered flag on the back and say race or something on the back. I think I deleted it on my phone already. But yeah, I thought that was very different. But they're popping up at more locations because I've seen them at Burlington and at Ross. So if you guys out there looking for any Grant Hills, any classic Grant Hills, hit your local stores up. I'm pretty sure they're going around in other places too, not just California. I would assume. I don't know for sure. Yeah, I deleted all those off my phone. I already put them on my Discord, on my Instagram, on my everything. So yeah, the Grant Hills is dope though. Only 32. They're $32 at Burlington, and they're only $30 at Ross. Then we also seen this. Let me see if I can find it. I'm gonna show y'all. They was out here trying to have some fun too. Shout out to everybody in the Discord. I appreciate y'all. Shout out to everybody here in the chat. If you haven't done so, do me a favor, hit the like button, of course. That helps out a lot. You feel me? Look at this, y'all. Look at this shit. Does this not look like what it looks like? Like at first, I was like, "Oh shit!" Then I was like, "Oh shit!" I thought I found something. When I seen that, I'm like, that looked off, but I'm like, wait, hold up. I'm like, huh? And I picked this up, I'm like, wait, what? And then you look online, if you look online, like eBay and Macari, like people have these and they're selling for anywhere from 30 to 80 bucks, listed as like not foam runners, listed as something else, like comfortable clogs and all kinds of shit. But there's people who have actually bought them. And I'm like, I was wondering, were these the ones that they had that they made Walmart take off the shelves? Because I don't know if you guys remember, and you guys do know, Walmart makes the best, or not the best, but they make some knockoffs all day. And they had some shoes that looked like these on the shelves that Adidas made them take off because they looked too much like the Yeezy. They had them in like a white colorway, a blue one, and people were going there and buying them. It was like a little wave. So I'm like, well, are these those? Or this is a whole other brand coming out with it? But these look dead like the dead like it. The holes and everything. I mean, obviously you could tell it's a fake, but the setup of the shoe is just like a foam runner. Like, look at that. Look at that. Look at that, bro. At Burlington for $14.99. You got the mash burns or milk. That's what you mean? He definitely did. He had a part in it. He for sure did. He definitely helped make. He definitely did put some light on the Grey Hills for sure. Tupac did. Yeah, them runners is hilarious, bro. Okay, it wasn't Walmart that sold them. So it was. Wait a minute. Somebody at Walmart had the motherfuckers. Walmart had something that Yeezy and them made it take off the shelf because it was too much like that. It wasn't the foam runners. What else was it? This brand was called American what? American something. American Exchange was the brand name. American Exchange. Nah, I haven't seen that. Haven't seen that. Yeah, RIP Pac for sure. One of the best to do it. One of the best to do it for sure. Yeah, but I could have swore that they had them do something. I could have swore that there was a foam runner. It wasn't the slide. I thought it was a foam runner because they had things that were just like foam runners that Adidas made take off the shelf. Oh, the phone, looking up the map. Let me see. Crazy shit though. Crazy. You crazy? I don't know. I'm just letting it go. Oh, okay. I see what you mean. I see what you mean. I see what you mean. So yeah, okay. So it wasn't Walmart themselves selling them, but other people selling shit. Okay, okay. I wonder what I heard about in the store though. Jeez. Oh, oh, that's dope. Okay, and then it's only a matter of time for them shit to go a little cheaper at the Rosses. But no, that's dope. That's a good price right there. 85. Man, everywhere, man. Right now, it's just they just getting rid of stuff, man. You know, striking while the iron hot is a key thing when it comes to that shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like these Jordans. Shout out to these Jordans. You know, I'm not a fan really myself, but like some of these Jordans be having some cool materials on them. I'm like, why do y'all keep doing that and just make your Jordan 1 lows better and your mids and people might grab them. You know what I'm saying? They probably would, but still makes keep having the same shoe just sit in the stores. What are you gonna do? Oh, yeah. Those are high 85s. We got some nice kicks up in the Discord, like always. Fire Reds. Got them on up ready. Yeezy's coming around the corner. Yeezy's coming around the corner. When they come, right around the corner, a couple more days. I'm sure people are excited for them. I would assume people are excited for them. I don't know. A lot of things dropping. The only thing I would love to get out that collection, I don't. I mean, I might make a small effort, but I'll probably just have to put out a word or two. Um, the blue phone, the blue slide. But like I said, I know everybody gonna want that, and I know size 13 is like not even my size. Like I need a 14 to fit a 13. But I would at least want to try to see. But the blue ones, I like those blue ones, man. I'm not gonna lie. If I can find a blue slide, I might have to crop it. And if I don't get a blue slide, it is what it is. I might just settle for a blue croc. But I like the blue slide. That shit is hard. That shit is definitely fire. They doing their thing, man. I mean, and there's supposed to be some new silhouettes coming out soon. I mean, who knows when that's going to actually happen, but the word on the street is there going to be some new silhouettes along with these old ones that they're bringing back for this little restock. There's going to be some stuff in the future, so that should be cool to see. You know what I mean? Should be cool to see. But yeah, man, we've been chilling out for a minute. A lot of good things that we've been finding. So if you guys are out in the hunt for stuff, definitely go out there and hit up some stores. If you haven't been finding stuff, hit up more stores. And there's some bangers and hidden gems, it seems like, in all the sections. Um, men's shoes, of course. Then you got athletic apparel, women's athletic apparel, women's shoes. But it also does take a little time. But the thing is, like that was the part that I didn't like before, sifting through each thing. I still don't sift through each thing. I kind of just like glance at what I'm looking for, But then the thing is, you don't know what's there really, like fully what you're looking for. So that's what makes it kind of difficult. But the thing about that also is there's more stuff there now, so you're gonna find more things. More things will be available for you. It's just about if you're gonna actually grab it or not. You know what I mean? So we shall see what it's like for these next few weeks, man. Hopefully, you guys are able to get what you want if you're going for the Yeezys. Because I do know some people who are trying to get some shit from there. You know, we definitely shall see, man. More content on the way for sure too on all 3 channels, so just stay tuned for that. I'm trying to think because I was here. I thought something else I was thinking about. The boom, the trades, found the shoes. Yeah, probably trying to see what's happening tomorrow. I mean, for the most part, I got some more work to get into, but some of my friends have told me about some stuff that maybe I might have to go check out. So we don't know, man. Tomorrow could be a crazy day. I know it's a holiday. A lot of people will be chilling out and stuff like that too, and eating food and shit. So hopefully y'all do that. Be safe. All that good jazz. You know, people are already starting to pop firecrackers around my area now. They usually do that maybe like about a month or so before 4th of July even's around, even close. So now it's about time to start hearing the fireworks left and right. I hate that shit, but it is what it is. It's part of the time. It's part of the time, man. They be letting off them M80s and all that shit crazy. Yeah, they definitely need to restock the Air Max Penny 1. The Orlando colorway, that would be a dope one to do. There's a few more pennies that need to drop. I'm curious to see what these releases will be. What else is coming? We got more pennies coming or more foam pilots next year. What other colorways will they bring back? Eggplants. That's a solid colorway. A lot of people will like that. Of course, the galaxies for sure. The metallic reds, those are cool. But what else will they bring back? Will they bring back some Dornbecker stuff? Well, they did just drop a Dornbecker foam pilot, actually. But what other ones will they bring back? Because there's a lot of banging fire foams. But like I said, that price point of $240 is something that's not really appealing or attractive. I don't know. But if I do see a pair, I mean, there have been popping up in more stores. I finally got a chance to see the Air Max pennies at a Foot Locker. Usually I was just seeing them at like at a Shoe Palace or like a Chic. But now I'm starting to see them at Foot Locker. That's a shoe that people have been looking for too, Larry, for sure. That's a classic sneaker, man. You can never go wrong with it. And there's more colorways coming out too. It's crazy because I said this before. Like there was a time before when some of these shoes dropped and they dropped like they're dropping now with a bunch of colorways. But when you go back to look for the shoe, all them things are they had a resale to them, and it's happening all over again. Like they come out with all these Jason Kidd colorways right now, and nobody's buying nothing. But like maybe not now. Who knows? Because the way everything's going, it probably won't follow suit like that. But like, who's to say 4 or 5 years down the road, which is a long time to hold something, that it won't be like $200-300 like it was back when it first happened before. Like that shit's crazy. I remember like when the original more up tempos or the up tempos came back to Scottie Pippen's when it came back that last time in 2019 or 819 whatever. Was it 2020, 2019, whenever it came back the first time. I remember like looking on StockX just to see what the other colorways had did that came back in the day that I never like fully remembered. And all them shits was taxing the size 13. I'm like, it's crazy because when these things came out, nobody cared about none of this shit. But now, this years later, they were so much more. And I feel like it's the same way now with all these Jason Kidds, the up tempos. We're coming out with all these colorways that's not really doing shit. But down the road, people who really like this shoe, who really want it for certain sizes, they're gonna be taxing. Oh yeah, yeah. Links in the description for the channel membership. Helps you get the shoes or whatever the apparel that I come across when I'm out there in the streets. You could either come be on the mainly the Discord because most people have slid on over to the Discord, but also on Instagram I have a group chat there too where I post stuff. But mostly I've been doing it on the Discord because that's where everybody's at. But some people don't have Discord, so Instagram's the next best option. 13 or 14, now that's a little difficult. It's possible though. It's definitely possible, but that's still one of them sizes that people try to grab for resale purposes. But a lot of things aren't reselling like that, so it makes it more of a chance. And when there's restocks of them and prices are dropping down more, people aren't really going for them. Because, like I said, we're seeing pandas sit in the shelves and sit still. You know what I mean? But there are, depending on who you are, or like depending on how you do it, if you're doing hand to hand, you still can make a pretty good amount on those pandas. But if you're doing them on the apps for the most part, you're not really making as much. That's why you can kind of see pandas around. Um, but 13 to 14 is always a size that still has solid movement for people. It is what it is. That's why I'll be so tricky sometimes on shoes that you have to go and pull the trigger on when they first drop and you see them, and some you can actually wait on. Some you can't. Most part, if it's not like a super hype collab type of thing or just a hype shoe, you're kind of good. But even then, like I said, for the 13 to 14 or 12, 13 to 14, maybe not so much. Maybe not as much. You know what I'm saying? To each his own. Do your due diligence to make it happen. But we can make it happen for sure. You stay tapped in, man. You know what I mean? Shout out to everybody on this Sunday. What's the eve before the holiday? Probably try to eat some type of barbecue tomorrow. Don't you eat barbecue tomorrow? I haven't had barbecue in a minute. I'm not tripping if I do. If I do, I don't. I've been on my fruit bowls like crazy. I've been trying not to eat here because, I ain't trying to smack in your ear. But with this mic head right here, if I'm over here, you guys can't really hear me chewing as much. Right? But if I come right here and was chewing, you would hear it all. So yeah. Oh, Steph, man, you came in clutch, bro. Because I knew there was something else I wanted to talk about. I couldn't think of what it was right now. I didn't have it in no notes or nothing like that. But let's talk about this Ja one, man. Because I got it's all good. Hey, man. Respect to all the parties. Respect to Ben, the creator of the Ja one. Respect to Ja one, Ja, Nike, all that good shit, all that good stuff. But I told people, man, that shoe is not it's not really it. You know what I'm saying? It's not really it. It's cool. It's cool. It's mediocre at best. I don't think it's as dope as people try to make it seem. I've always said it's the colorways for that shoe. I said it's the colorways for that shoe because the shoe's kind of basic. The colorways make the shoe And his name, him being hype, makes the shoe obviously. But like the silhouette couldn't hold itself together by itself. Like if it came out in an all white colorway, it wouldn't like hold its own like other signature athlete shoe. If you put them in an all white shoe, it's still dope. You know what I mean? And I said that, bro. Like the the day one colorway sold because it was his first silhouette. I was just talking about the LeBron 20 time machine. That that shoe eventually disappeared pretty much because it was the first silhouette of his new design, new shoe, new look, new everything. People buy that because they wanted it for collective purposes and just to have the LeBron first colorway shoe. The first silhouette, first colorway of a signature athlete shoe is gonna sell out. That's why the day one sold out. People thought, oh, the new hype is here. They got the replacement for Kyrie. I'm going back to that low key. Oh, the new guy's here. He's gonna sell out. He's doing his thing. They dropped the second colorway, and that shit didn't do nothing. That second colorway unless because they haven't taken off the shelf from what I've seen. It's every store. Every store that got a pair, they ain't sold one pair of that second colorway because the colorway's trash because the shoe itself is trash. It's the colorways and collabs that's gonna make the shoe, as I said. So now we taking the shoes off. We paused in the relationship. We taking the shoes off the shelf and off the website. They never took it off the shelves. I went to the store the day after. And I mean, they make these announcements via emails and stuff. They know what to do. I went there the day after and recorded it. They were still in the stores. They were still online. I asked some people at the stores afterwards. They still had them in the stores. They never got taken off the shelves. Then there's some controversy that happens, and all of a sudden they still release a shoe and it sells out in minutes. Yeah, because there's controversy. There's a story behind it. They had to build. There has to be some hoopla around it. You couldn't just drop the shoe and it sell out. It ain't like that. It's not like that. Shout out to the Job One. Shout out to John Morant. But I said it, bro. I said it. The shoe is only as good as the colorways and collabs. That's it. The shoe itself, I don't think it's that. It's not really that it. It's not really. So that kind of proved my point. They needed some publicity stunt of this tweet, this post and delete shit the day before the shoe drop. Is this strategy or what? Did they tell him to do this? We need to stir up some stuff because the number for the second silhouette ain't really doing much, man. Ain't nobody buying it. I didn't see nobody post no Instagram story of them wearing the shoe, the second colorway, the family trivia. I see them at Foot Locker, or no, I see them at Foot Locker. Yeah, I see them at Foot Locker too. Foot Locker, I see them at Shoe Palace. I see them at a Nike. I see Nike had the whole wall of jobs with a bunch of colors, a bunch of sizes. I'm like, yeah, this silhouette really ain't it. And his game is cool. That's why that first one was off, but like, it ain't it, bro. So like every drop for the job, they better pause it because it's not. It's a failed mission right now. Like low key, they're lucky this is happening because like this shit ain't selling. It's one of them stale shoes that they talked about. One of them shoes that's stale, like they didn't say it in that article, but I'm just throwing that in there talking my shit. Like, yeah, that's one of the stale shoes, that Ja Morant family trivia. Made all this hype up about this shoe. The Ja won, he's next to take over Nike. He couldn't even get out the gate. The first one he got out the gate, but he couldn't make the first hurdle. He got off the blocks, the starting blocks. He got over that first hurdle. But that second one, I think he fell over the hurdle, man. And then he got back up and started running again. He got, whenever you fall in the race and you fall over the hurdle, if you didn't fall bad, you continue to go. You jump over that next hurdle. So that next hurdle was that what is that colorway called? Hunger? They're gonna what publicity stunt they're gonna pull for the next color? Well, no, they don't have to because they're pausing the relationship. They don't have to have that stress right now. I mean, you would think they would drop them other colorways while the controversy is there because they don't know if he's coming back to the league or he is, but they don't know if he's coming back to the league or what's John's next step. So why not drop some more product from him? People will buy it right now, especially. because it's the unknown, it's the controversy behind it. Yeah, man. Shout out to Nike basketball and all that stuff. They got a lot of good products, but that Ja one ain't it. And Devin Booker's, I don't see what he can do with them, especially releasing that statement about coming with new silhouettes and needing innovation. Like, what kind of innovation can they do? Because all the new innovation, like they have some silhouettes that are new and looking like more improved, but they've already given them to like generic brands, like the that whole Zoom GT line. Those are solid shoes. I think those could have been some those could have been a silhouette, a signature, a line like the GT cut too, like the low one. That could have been somebody's signature shoe. You see a lot of people in the NBA wearing the lows. I don't know about the highs because everybody's trying to go to a lower shoe, but I feel like the highs could have did well for a bigger guy, like AD should be wearing those. To be honest with you, but I feel like that silhouette is a shoe that could have been a signature athlete shoe for sure. I feel like the Cosmic Unity is a shoe that could have been a signature athlete. Like they have the 1, 2, now the 3. I feel like that could have been another signature athlete shoe that could have probably done some noise with the right colorways and shit. But like now they're gonna come up with a whole new silhouette. Like I don't know how it's gonna look any different from the format they already have, unless they just take pieces from other shoes to make one whole new shoe. Which is what they're gonna say as part of the creative process. Maybe so, but there's like already too much already. Like it don't make no sense. So what the hell could they come up with a Devin Booker shoe? They try to come with a new shoe with this Josh shit, and it's not that good. So what the hell could a Devin Booker shoe be? It's gonna be so much better. You crazy slap talk. That's hilarious. What's good with you, my dude? Welcome to the stream. How you doing tonight? Uh, I mean, there's rumors about that. No, 100% confirmed details, but that's like the whole rumor that got pushed up a little bit in the release date because of the absence of the Kyrie product. You know what I'm saying? So that's possible. I just never heard nothing for certain. I just heard that rumor though that was part of it. Just like the rumor is like Booker and Ja is replacing PG and Kyrie. Like Kyrie has already been in limbo with Nike for the last couple of years, not just this last year. He had already had a little rocky relationship since the Kyrie, I think, 6. So it's already been a couple of years where he's been iffy. And then for some reason, maybe Paul George's shoes just really didn't sell that much. So that's why they let them two go. And Booker and Ja are supposed to be taking over that new spot. And I guess Ja was supposed to be the new face to take the Kyrie slot, the new future of the league. They thought that shit would do well since the first one did well, and just he's the new point guard that's flashy and that and everybody wants to see, most must see TV, which is not no denying that. I believe that that's the plan, but it's just not really going according. And Kyrie over here talking about he about to release some information soon on a new contract. I don't know where the hell he's gonna be. They say it's a rumor between Puma, Adidas, and that other team, that other brand. Whoa, the other brand that he tried the shoe on, whatever brand that was. No disrespect, I just don't know the name of it. But out of the three options, I mean, I'm kind of torn. I'm gonna be honest with you while I'm torn. I'm gonna be dead honest with you while I'm torn. If he goes to Adidas, let me go with Puma first. If he goes with Puma, I'm not mad at that because Puma has shown in recent years that uh, they can kind of handle what Kyrie does. With the look of the MB series, it seems like they know how to be on Kyrie's level because the NBO one reminds me a little bit of the Kyrie 4 silhouette wise. Maybe another Kyrie 2 I'm thinking of, but maybe for sure the 4. So I see that and then they got the collabs, they got the colorways, a lot of colorways. I could see them fitting right with Kyrie. They could come out with a new silhouette that wouldn't look like much others out. It wouldn't look like any Nikes, I don't think. So I think the Puma move would be a good move. He would, be one or number 2 athlete, him and Melo, you know what I'm saying? They're putting a lot behind Melo, so I don't want to just say right off the bat that he would come in there and trump Melo, but I would think he would. But it really depends on what the shoe looks like. But if he has some creative input in it, then I would assume the shoe would look dope. I would rather him probably go there. I don't want to fully say that. I just think that would be a cool look if he went there. If he went to Adidas, I have to be honest. I don't know if I would like the way it looked because a lot of Adidas shoes, a lot of Adidas basketball shoes, be looking alike sometimes. Unless it's like an older shoe, like the rest of my series. All the rest of my series, those silhouettes don't look alike. The T Max don't look like the Gills. Don't look like the D Roses. Don't look like the who else was it? It's T Mac. Is it just them three? Because they didn't bring back anybody else's rest of them. Anyway, those three silhouettes don't look alike. But the new Adidas silhouettes, they kind of all look similar. They don't even look similar by like the upper part of the silhouette. All of the outsoles will be looking very similar. So that's the part I'm like, damn, how he would look just like all them other space shoes. It might not look cool. But then I realized if he's with Adidas, that means I might have access to them. I might have access to like a lot of Kyrie's and shit if he's with Adidas. But that's like a bias that I don't know for certain. But I would have like a 60% chance of that for sure. If you know what I'm talking about. I'm gonna leave it at that. So it's like if he went to Adidas, I wouldn't be mad. It would be like a bittersweet thing. I would just hope that shoe was fire. I would hope that shoe was dope. You know what I'm saying? Because your boy would be locked in with the Kyrie merch, apparel, with the shoes. Like if it's dope, you know. So it's like I'm torn between those two. The new brand, I don't even know what to expect from them. The shoe that he tried on that time in the preseason or the workout game, it seemed cool, but out of the two, I don't know, man. Out of the two, if he went to, it's a toss up for me. Or some rock, paper, scissors. I just hope the shoe comes out looking good. You know what I'm saying? But if it would just seem so weird for him to be with Adidas after being with Nike so long. Usually it's the other way around. The player goes from Nike. No, the player goes from Adidas to Nike after being there for so long. You don't go to Adidas from Nike. That's just not what I don't remember seeing that. Maybe somebody else could let me know if they've seen that before. Craig, what it do? How you doing, bro? Welcome to the stream. What's going on, my dude? Hey, yeah, that FAMU colorway is dope. There's those two, both of those FAMU colorways. Well, there's actually three. The first one's already in the store. I think you had that one already, and then they have like two more coming out. Those are dope too. Both of those are nice. I like the FAMU colorways. The LeBron 20 is definitely on point. Like I said, I was saying earlier, I haven't really found a colorway. Well, there's only one that I'm not the biggest fan of, but most of the colorways he came out with is pretty much a banger. It's like one. There's only one I'm not really the big fan of, but everything else from the LeBron 20 has definitely been dope. And even the one that I'm not really that much of a fan of, maybe if I had it on foot, I might feel different. You know? Oh, okay, that's good to know. I'm hoping that's the case. Did he say that in his podcast? PG still with Nike. He's just not getting his own shoe. I mean, I would take that if I was him too. Shit. I mean, shit. I still get all the Nikes because he wears all the Kobe's and whatever shoe he wants to wear. That's Nike. So if they're just gonna downgrade him, hey, he don't care. He already came out and told the world he's the number two on the Clippers to get it out the way. Like to get this out the way, let y'all know it's Kawhi's team. I'm just here to help, which takes pressure off of him from being the number one, so he don't have to feel the pressure of being the main guy. But like Paul George, it's like 1A, 1B, really. And you're like low key 1A, really, because you're the one who plays more than the other guy does. So you can't be out here talking about I'm number two and it's Kawhi's team and he's the pressure that it's on him. Like I'm here to help him. Yeah, kind of, but no, because you're on the court more, bro. Yeah, he was. Kobe, he was wearing Kobe at the end of the year. That's a fact. Yep. Wearing a lot of Kobe's and a lot of shit. It was another shoe he wore too, or maybe it was just his older silhouettes. And I didn't know. I just seen somebody. Shout out to the homie Dominic. I seen that I believe it was him. He came. He like recently bought a pair of the PG6 Hot Wheels. I had no idea that it comes with a Hot Wheel. Did y'all know that? It comes with like a little customized Hot Wheel and a little customized Nike Hot Wheel with the shoe. I didn't know that. I talked about the shoe and everything. I never heard nothing about that in the stats. I don't know if they made it available to buy it or maybe just in his area because he's in Australia. I don't know, but I didn't hear nothing about the PG6 coming with the Hot Wheel car, bro. Yeah, no, that's exactly what he's doing. No. That's what I'm getting at. That's exactly what he's doing. He's putting it all on Kawhi, so he don't have to have the responsibility of answering to why the team does this and why he don't want that pressure from the media. That's a fact. You over here making the money. You really want A, my dude, because you've been here the most. And when we watch the games, when I watch the games, it's like I'm watching Paul George. Paul George is one of my favorite players to watch in the league as far as like entertainment. He's a good player to watch. You know, people recommend or want people, you know, if you would recommend people to watch, he's definitely somebody that could be up there. His game is a smooth offensive game and he can play defense. I mean, he does get injured too, but he's more durable than the other guy. He plays more games than the other dude does. So it's like, shit, man. You know, you know, eh, being available is more than half the battle. That if you're not available, then what are you to anybody? If you're not able to be on the court, he got hurt at a crucial time with that crazy injury. That leg injury was wild. That's his second time having a crazy leg injury on like national TV. Luckily, I think it wasn't the same leg. I thought it was at first. Luckily, it wasn't, because if it was, that just didn't look promising. But luckily, it wasn't. So once again, hopefully they're just able to do good and ball during the regular season and just have a good outing, because when they ever gets to the playoffs, she gets crazy, bro. She gets crazy. But that's exactly what PG doing by him denouncing the main guy. And no, that's Kawhi's team. No, my dude. They pay a lot for you too, bro. It's y'all team together. Y'all the stars together. Don't be trying to do that. Y'all the stars together, bro. It was a good try though, bro. It was a really good attempt at trying to get people to go, oh yeah, you know what? If Paul George don't have 30 this game, it's cool because he not the main guy. It's Kawhi. Nope, that's not how it works. That's not how it worked for me. And the people I know that like basketball. Nah, buddy, not at all. You know what I'm saying? But it's gonna be crazy to see what's up these next few weeks with all the trade rumors going around, and then these sneaker releases too. What's gonna sit and what's gonna pop up at the outlets, and what's gonna pop up at the Rosses and Burlingtons. I mean, I'm gonna be hitting up some stores too, and so stay tuned on Bobby Thrift for that type of content to see what's up, because there's definitely a lot of things out there, and there's more things to be found. I've been seeing some more things, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, well, Anthony Davis, man, it would be dope if Anthony Davis could just spend a summer with like LeBron or Hakeem, get his body right. I don't think AD does any working out in the summertime. I mean, it seems that way. If he lifted some weights, did some plyometrics, I think he would be more limber and not as fragile. I promise you. If he just did some yoga and plyometrics and worked out, he would be fine. He's one of those players that got the bag, so he don't probably don't love it as much. It's hard to say that about somebody who plays in a professional league, but part of the battle is being available and doing the things to make sure you are available. And what that instills is him being healthy and physically able to take care of the pounding that he does as playing a big man in the damn league, which means you need to maybe bulk up a little bit, put a little strength on, do some lunges and get the legs stronger, and some fucking sit-ups and back curls or whatever to get the back and arm and shoulder. Like he's like every inch of his body to be breaking down, bro. It's like you never worked nothing out ever or something. Because he looks like the type of person that can just roll out of bed and get buckets because he's a natural talent. And players say that all the time, and a lot of players have been saying it a lot more as of late. Mainly, what I think about is like Patrick Beverley saying that there's a lot of players in the league who are just naturally talented and super gifted and don't care too much about the game at all. So they're never in there putting in extra work to get even better or to hone their skills. They're just so naturally talented, they don't have to put in the extra. So they don't care about it. They got their bag, they do the bare minimum to get what they gotta do, and they're done. Their bare minimum is somebody else's all-star season. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard to make people turn on and off and shit. You know, I mean, I don't know, man. Yeah, trade AD for a bag of chips. I mean, a lot of excuse me, y'all. A lot of people are saying that, and at the end of the day, I think this is the best time to trade him because he showed some improvement over his last toward the end of the season, how he was doing his thing when he balled, even though he had, even though he had, he had them. You know, he went for a stretch of playing. I mean, ever since LeBron was out, he's played pretty much. He might have missed a game or two after that, but when LeBron was out, he was there, and he was there the whole time for the playoffs and stuff. Like I said, he might have missed a game or two, but this was the healthiest that he was kind of shown. So this is like the best chance to trade his ass because you could use the bargaining chip. Say, well, you see his track record, he was balling, and when he played very well. Blah 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 blah. And there it is again. Yes, indeed, bare minimum, boy. That's a real thing. He does the bare minimum. I remember I believe it was the beginning of this season, but like last year, this time, or like I'd say like maybe a month or two before the season last year or the year before that. I remember Cash Nasty was watching some video and he was reacting to AD shooting. He was doing AD was doing something with one of Cash Nasty's like crew members, I think. They were at AD's house and they went to go do something with a basketball. And this nigga AD said, I ain't touched the ball since April. And my nigga was like, wait, what? And it was like a month before the season started. Like, wait. He might have just been talking, but he looked so comfortable and just stretching like, yeah, man, I ain't touched the ball since April. Like, what are you talking about, bro? How'd you take that? Why are you taking that long off without shooting the ball, bro? Then he comes back and he's not the free throw shooter he was before he came, like when he first came. Like when he first got there, he was shooting technical fouls and all that shit. Now all of a sudden he started having free throw trouble because you ain't touched the ball since April. Like that's crazy. That was crazy. So he's one of them guys. Maybe because like I'm saying, a lot more players have been talking about that on the Paul George podcast. He had DeMar DeRozan on there. I think they talked about that comment too about a lot of guys with talent don't put in the extra work because they just naturally get that. I think they were talking about that there too. It was one of the episodes on Paul George podcast where they also were talking about that. But it's like, are they including AD in that? Because it kind of shows if you see that they're like, some of your most notable people, big name people, all this talent, they don't give shit. They don't put nothing in extra afterwards. I'm like, damn, could that be AD? Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. You can't come play with LeBron and be bare minimum, boys, man. You can't do that, man. But it is what it is. Everybody do what they do, and he still balled when it's time. So that's the thing. He still balled in a sense when it was time to. So do you bitch at him for taking 4 months off, 3 months off in between seasons? But you hear people like Agent Zero and other good players letting you know that if you're a good player, you train your body until the end of the season's over, so your body's used to that. So that way, in the next season, when you go further in the playoffs, your body's not breaking down. Example players like Chris Paul, who get to the playoffs every year and his body breaks down because for so many seasons, I'm not saying that's what Chris Paul does, but just off the track record of that like statement. For a long time, Chris Paul wasn't going deep in the playoffs. And then once he started going deep in the playoffs, he started having all these hiccups because his body was so used to not going so deep in the playoffs. Like if you're not still working out and your body shuts down every year, like I'm trying to think of a schedule for playoffs, but if your body shuts down every year in January or February or March, because your season's over in March, but then you start doing that for 5-6 years, and then like the 7th, 8th year, you start being done in May and almost June, or trying to push your body that long. When your body's used to shutting down at a certain time, your body gonna break down, and that's kind of the example of what fucking Chris Paul goes through. Every time in the playoffs, first or second round of the playoffs. If it's not early second round, it's late in the first round. It's always some shit like same shit, bro. It's like I don't know. but they're making the money and they are what they are, so it just is what it is. That's why you gotta just take it with a grain of salt, man. A lot of swimming. A lot of swimming is very good for your body and keeps you agile and flexible and limber though. That's just like a workout. Swimming is one of the best exercises you could do. One of the best full body exercises that you could do is swimming. Hell yeah, I remember that. I remember that. I was a big Tim Duncan fan too, so I definitely remember hearing about that. Yeah, 80, go swimming, do something like that. Shit, something that's gonna get your body stronger, so you're not so damn fragile. Every time he hits the floor is an injury, he's out for 4 weeks. What is it? Like every time. And that's not cool as a fan. You don't need that type of anxiety every time your player plays hard. Oh my God, he's playing hard. He might be out for the whole season though, but like we want him to play hard. Like that don't make no sense nowhere, bruh, at all. At least from a LeBron standpoint, you kind of expect it because it's like he's where he's at in his career. So yeah, he's not gonna play back to backs, this and that because of his status of what he's already done, the floor print he's laid down. 80, you still trying to prove yourself. In a sense, you are, bro. You definitely are, and it's supposed to be your keys to drive the damn car. What's going on here, bro? The floor is undefeated. That's a fact. That is a fact. He fall down. My hip. He crunched over like he about to die. He just jawed down like everything cool. Like, why are you playing with us, bro? What are you doing? These guys love to be like, I heard it pop. It's broken. I can't. Oh, what was it? I can't lift my arm. He was saying that. I can't lift my arm. I'm like, oh, the season's over with. Damn, it's over with. Damn. They go to a long ass commercial break, longer than any other commercial break. They usually probably show like 3 commercials. This time they show 6 or 7 commercials. Then they come back with a teaser. AD goes out, says he couldn't feel his arm. We'll be right back. Gotta wait some more commercials. Then they come back and say, oh, he's playing. He's balling out. Boom, boom, boom. Why y'all do me like that? I turn this shit off. I'm like, man, that's fucking crazy, bro. I'm not for this fucking roller coaster shit, man. I don't know, Craig. It'd be cool if he did come to the Lakers, but who knows, man? I don't know, man. If it's LeBron, Kyrie, and AD with good parts around it, I'm for it. If it's LeBron and Kyrie with parts, I don't know, unless the parts are good. And who are those parts? Because everybody in that equation is iffy when it comes to how many games they're going to play. I think Kyrie will be in a position or in a place where he would want to play. He's always been wanting to play for the Lakers because of his connection with Kobe. And of course, for him to go play for the Lakers after Kobe's there would be definitely to honor Kobe's, Mamba mentality. So I don't think Kyrie, bearing injury, would miss any games. Really, I don't think he would do any of that stunt pulling or whatever he's been doing, playing, not talking to people. I think that shit would change if he came and played for the Lakers because of, the Kobe relationship. I think he would take it a totally different thing. I think it would be a Kyrie that we hadn't seen in a while as far as like stuff off the court. I would think. One would assume. I would think that would be a good fit for him. I think that's where he would like to play. I would take Kyrie over Trae Young, even though Trae Young's a little younger than Kyrie and not as like injury stuff and not much stuff around him, but the synergy or energy that Kyrie and LeBron, the chemistry they got on the court is something different. To add that with an AD, something could be very interesting there, but I don't know. Shout out to Samaki Walker. Retrospective Gear, what's good with you? Welcome to the stream. Shout out to Samaki Walker, Eldon Campbell. Those are the Lakers I did like. Not Samaki Walker so much, but Eldon Campbell, Eddie Jones, Nick Van Exel. I remember that genre a lot. Like those guys were exciting to watch. Of course, Showtime, but the new guys that was coming after Showtime. Yeah, Samaki Walker, what a name though. I ain't heard that in a minute. Sedell 3. You taking it back though. Samaki Walker, man. I feel like he's still in the NBA, like not playing, but like he's on a coaching staff somewhere. I could be wrong though. I thought that was the case. If Kyrie came to the Lakers, though, that would be a good move. I think that could work, and I think that he wouldn't be as unpredictable as he's been recently. That's what I'll say. I'll leave it at that. You know what I'm saying? Would be interesting to see how that works out, though. You know, we got a lot of time to talk about it, man. The season doesn't start for a long time. I know there's like USA stuff happening. I don't know if they play this summer. I just know the select team and the other teams are all like being built right now. I don't know about the pro teams, but you know, Ronnie James is doing his thing for the USA, and Elijah Arenas is definitely doing his thing for the USA. If y'all check out either one of them select teams or up and coming teams, these guys are trained to be part of the USA team. A lot of highlights on both of those kids, man. Super balling too. Good to see. Ronnie going to USC though. That should have been UCLA, but it is. That's a whole other story for another thing, man. Should have been UCLA. Ronnie, I don't know what you went to USC for. What the hell, bro? USC don't care about basketball. They care about football. The basketball school is UCLA, man. Shout out to Six Ballers too. Yeah, Dell Harris, man. Shout out to, I think Dell Harris is not here anymore, but yeah, Dell Harris. Man. Man, hey man, Elden Campbell was kind of cool though, man. I remember those days. Those were like the days when we used to go to the forum and wait for the players to come out afterwards when they drive out the little tunnel and shit. I remember those days too. I remember those days. Yeah, that shit is crazy. It's dope that they still have that act. That stuff still goes on too, where the players have a place. That's a place where the players leave, and all the fans are there. Sometimes the players will, you know, sign autographs and shit. One thing that I thought that was dope though, like as I had that memory of like being a younger kid, and when we would go to the game, sometimes if we go to the forum and we go over to that area when the players would drive out and leave, and you could like, oh, there goes Elton Campbell, or Nick Van Exel, all that type of shit, and like kids and fans would be there trying to get things signed and stuff like that. That was something that we did sometime, which was dope. But what was really dope was like years later when I was able to go to like DC and then leave with Gil after the game and him drive out the tunnel and everybody go around his car trying to get the autographs from him. That was like some full circle dope ass shit right there. Like, nigga, you remember we used to do this? Like that shit was fire. It's dope seeing stuff like that, full circle shit like that. Man, how could you not be happy for somebody doing that and then be excited when it's happening? Like, damn, we on this side now. Now I'm in the car and he has to roll down the window for them and banging and signing autographs real quick as he's driving off because he's who he is, playing for the team, and all them people there are kids from the city and all that shit was fire, bro. A lot of those type of stories, bro. That shit was fire though. Miguel, what's going on? Good question. Is Ross open tomorrow? I believe they are. I think Ross is open on them holidays because they make money. They need to sell their product and make money. I'm pretty sure they're open tomorrow, bro. I'm pretty sure they are. I would think it would be like wild as hell if they were not. You know, they're like a place that thrives during the holiday seasons and whenever there's holidays. I would assume so. The hours might be different, but I would more than likely assume that they would be open. I wouldn't see why they wouldn't be. You know what I mean? I might even try and stop by somewhere tomorrow or two just to get some more Bobby Dirt content. But we've been rocking for a minute, man. I do appreciate all you guys coming through for however long you've been here. We've been chilling, talking about a bunch of things, man. A lot of things that we covered. Some of it was laid out. Some of it was kind of freestyle and piggyback. I got my vibe off with the damn job one. I wanted to make sure I said that. That was something I had thought about. Like, they got to pull publicity stuff to sell this guy's tickets, the shoes, man. They got to pause this stuff because his next shoe is not going to sell. That's why they're going to pause it. Oh, we're going to pause it because we're going to, it's because y'all know that shit's not going to sell. What colorway they have next? That white, black, and gray one, the all white one. It's like all white with black and some gray in there. That shit is trash. Like, that colorway is not going to sell. So it will be just like the Ja One family trivia. So, yeah, it's smart for them to pause that and try to build some anticipation. So whatever colorway you drop next, people will gravitate to it because they're not going to gravitate to it if you don't, unless it's a collab or like he not in the playoffs either. Like when the Ja one day one came out, he was in the playoffs and wearing a shoe, so it fed into the whole thing. When the second one came out, not so much. People didn't even know it should drop. Like, oh, we got another colorway out. Oh, another Ja one. Okay. Nobody cared. So it is what it is, man. Just having my fun with it. Shout out to John Morant. And I'm sure there's going to be, like I said, there's one or two colorways that I would like to get. They tricked y'all, though, getting that Hunger colorway. They made it controversial, so y'all wouldn't grab it. Like, oh, shit. Shit ain't worth nothing, though. It's cool, though. And it is a mismatched colorway. I like it. I do, don't get me wrong. But they played us for that shit. They played us. If that whole little tweet delete shit didn't happen, I don't know if that shit was sold like that. I honestly don't. But that's just my opinion. I know somebody's selling them for $200 right now. Yeah, right. You're right. Shout out to that though. You gotta make your money and do what you do. They retail for like 110, 120 after tax. Selling them for 200. I mean, that's what you should do. But like, I wouldn't be one to fall for it. You feel me? I wouldn't be the one to fall for it though. Not for the Ja one, unless it was maybe the scratch colorway. If the scratch colorway came out, I found a size 13. The only size 13 left. Just happened to find it for retail or whatever, maybe. Other than that, I don't really see any colorways that I have to have out of the ones they showed us. Just my opinion, man. No hate, just my opinion, bruh. Not at all any hate, just my opinion. Hit the like button if you guys haven't done so already. Of course, hit the like button. This does a lot for the channel, and it gives a chance for other people to be on notice that we were live. More than likely be live tomorrow too. Had some plans, but that might get switched up a little bit. It's more likely I will be live, and then I'm just gonna keep it to myself and keep it there. Like sometimes you want to share your thoughts in your next plan, your next move, but sometimes you can't do that because not everybody has your best intentions. Not saying that you guys don't, but just sometimes when you speak stuff out there in the world, you just never know who's listening, who's paying attention, who don't want that, or who wants to do it for you, or just whatever it is. So I learned and realized you gotta hold it in a little bit more. Just a little more. I used to be like that, and I just started doing this. Like, yeah, let me share all my this. Let me just share it. Just share it. Oh man, no, you can't do that, man. It's unfortunate, man. But you guys do have a lot of good energy, so people in here I do trust. But who knows who watches it right when I'm done live, or who knows who's watching, who's not speaking, who's just hanging out. And just like, it might sound crazy, but it's factuals. You talk your plans to people or just in general, and it's just things start trying to work against you or just whatever. It's just weird, bro. Sometimes you gotta move in silence. Didn't Biggie say it? Bad boys move in silence. Not that I'm doing anything bad, but you don't always gotta map out your plans for everybody. I just be trying to say stuff because I figure if I speak it, it'll make me stay focused on it to remember to do it and carry it out. But that don't even work that way either. So sometimes I just be saying shit and just saying it to be like getting it out when I should be. Because then I forget to either follow through and do it, or I do it, but it was already been told. So it's like, whatever. You know what I mean? The element of surprise, man. That's what it's really about. But y'all have a great night. I'll see you guys more than likely tomorrow, maybe 2 or 3 times, who knows. But we will be live streaming tomorrow too. About to get out of here. Have a good night. Deuces.